Welcome to the First Choice.
Well, hello, you beautiful bastards, and welcome to my so-called show. And yeah, it's been a couple of weeks since my bastards breakdowns, and thankfully I got a new PC. And if you've been paying attention to my channel, you probably would have found that out earlier on my test stream. And so it's good to get back here and try once again to talk about Christopher Nolan's 2002 neo-noir crime thriller Insomnia, starring Al Pacino and Robin Williams. And before we head in and talk about the movie, I will introduce my guests. So, where are you, Toxic? Where are you?
Riding on the waves of destruction, a toxic presence, a lord of corruption, polluting the ocean, spreading in decay, the toxic black, going the flame, searing through the sand.
I've got balls of steel.
Hey, man, how you doing?
Hey. I haven't slept in 5 days, and I've been working on a difficult case, so hopefully none of you guys get shot today.
Yes, haunted by something a deep dark secret that you don't want anyone to know.
Yeah, because she got a great ass. You got your head all the way up. Oh, wrong movie. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, and my next guest, you will know him as the Inside Man.
Safest if you never see my face.
Okay.
Mayor West hasn't slept at home for 3 nights.
Kermit the Frog?
Somebody talked! No one is safe! I'm getting out of here! Yay!
What's his appeal?
Hey, how you doing, man? So yeah, it's good to be trying to do this one again, and thankfully we got Lord Toxic for this one, because the last time you couldn't make it, could you?
No, I was running errands, getting ready. We had a big thing going on for the hotel. Usually I don't have to go in till night shift, but I was getting so we had that big snowstorm last weekend, so I had to go run and make an emergency provisions thing. So I did want to be on it. Was able to. By the way, were they able? I don't know if you answered this correctly, and I don't want to derail the stream, but if you have to shut a stream down, do you still get to keep the super chats?
Yeah, we still keep the super chats. It's
nice.
Yeah. So that's a good thing anyway. And yeah, and now that you mentioned it, if you ever do want to donate a super chat, just a small amount will still be grateful, but preferably a really large amount for me to get drunk off of. So,
yeah,
Inside Man. I know it's the second time we've done this stream as well now, because my laptop just wasn't charging. I even got the new charger and it just wasn't charging. So I'm glad to be doing it.
Potato.
I know. So sad that that RT hasn't shown up for this as well. But I know he's going to be busy, and New Zealand is like more hours ahead of us, so it's understandable. But I do hope
He's in the future. You see, he's in the future.
Yeah, he's in the future. He's a future man. The future.
He's already watched this stream. He knows everything we're going to say.
Yeah. And Rebel Rose in the chat. Hey, how you doing, Cosmicky Hall there? Thank you for joining me, Mr. E. Always a pleasure. I don't know if you want to join in and pop in later. I can send you the link, man. Rebel Rose.
Mr. E, why don't you quit being a sellout and join us every now and then? You think you're so important with your cool book shit going on? I wrote a book and I still do fucking TikTok and YouTube. You fucking hoity-toity out there. I see you. That's jarheads for you. That's jarheads for you. What are you gonna do?
The stream you have link is in the chat anyway, Rebel Rose. So if you do want to pop on and take your mind off your whatever's going on, just let me know anyway. You're more than welcome. So Insomnia, obviously we mentioned this before, but yeah, we probably will have to redo what we were saying again. But I really love this movie. I think it's very underrated. One of Christopher Nolan's most underrated movies because it really doesn't get that much mention, especially after Memento was such a big hit as well, and then you got Batman Begins that came after this, and the Prestige, everything. It's like so it kind of gets lost amongst everything else, especially when 1 Hour Photo came out round about the same time in England, and that was like 2 roles with Robin Williams playing a very, very dark character.
Well, yeah, 3 if you count his Law and Order.
Shit, yeah, he was in that, man. Yeah, fucking hell. Yeah, the early 2000s was a pretty dark time for Robin Williams. I mean, he had Death to Smoochie, which is a bit more comical, but Insomnia, 1 Hour Photo, the Law and Order episode you mentioned, yeah, he's fucking intense, man. He is really intense. Yeah. But they're both great performances as well, and they are both very different. They are both very sinister. But Robin Williams, he's definitely a psychopath who's trying to justify his actions. While in 1 Hour Photo, you do get wise. You do actually almost sympathize with him, even though what he's doing is pretty fucking extreme. But
it makes me wonder. After watching stuff like, I'm not going to say it was a good season or show, but True Detective season 4, I believe it was. And then, some other stuff that's been set up there in the Alaskan countries. And I wonder if like that places like a proclivity towards people going into psychopathy just due to the weird sun thing and, the way that they have to live out there. If they just become a little savage out there, you know what I mean? Like one of my favorite horror movies is still 30 Days of Night, specifically for that reason. And I love it, but I always thought it would have worked a lot better had they had like the vampires attack and like the whole town is full of a bunch of fucking crazy fucks that are like Hills Have Eyes type people living out. Because when you have these people who live in these extreme conditions, which I have seen, I've been stationed all over America and overseas and stuff. When you have people that live in these such extreme conditions, the ability to keep your kind of civilized mind and civilized attitudes is a little bit, it's difficult. It's a tall order just because you have to be a bit of a savage in order to, just exist out there, So, but yeah, no, it's interesting. It's also interesting, and I'll speak more on this later when you get to it. But it's also interesting. By the way, your slides aren't up. I don't know if you're clicking. I hear you clicking.
Yeah, I'll put them up in a minute. Yeah, I'm just clicking.
Okay. But I always wonder if will Nolan ever go back to this sort of simple story? And not that this is a simple story. I don't mean it like that. But I wonder if he'll ever go back to this kind of subdued and dark and slow burn type thing as opposed to that bombastic, the whole Tenet, and Inception. Like, is he ever going to dial it back down to a simple story like this and Memento and stuff? I wonder that.
I think the question that you posed just shortly before you mentioned this, I think is a really interesting question to answer. Aside from the fact that this is based on obviously the Norwegian film, it's a very similar situation in Norway. As you know, that I'm very much into my Nordic noir, both TV series, movies, and books. The thing about Norway is because it's such a bleak landscape, it's such a bleak time, particularly during the winter, and also in Sweden and in Denmark and in Iceland. They're very peaceful countries. I mean, extraordinarily peaceful countries. Norway being one of the happiest countries in the world, as is Sweden. And if you examine what it is that makes them so happy, it is partly due to, obviously, aside from the huge oil wealth that Norway has, making it, the richest country in the world per capita. Aside from the extreme wealth, it is the fact that they have these, these bleak winters, these dark winters and light winters, and things are very, very grim, and they have to be happy. They have to try and make themselves happy. And I actually think it's a very similar situation for the Alaskans as well.
Yeah, and the fact that they're in constant daylight for certain times.
Yeah,
of the year
I think
as
they
well.
have to be.
Mm.
They have to be. I think to revert to savagery, they know that they wouldn't be able to survive that way. But yeah, I just think it's a necessity to be happy living in these places. And the reason I think we get these detective novels and TV shows and films that are set in these bleak countries and bleak wastelands is kind of the real counterpoint to how things really are. I rather like that, somewhere that is considered to be a reasonably happy place, to have something.
There
that's
is something
grimly-
very, very immersive about these the bleak atmosphere and these sort of like wintry neo-noir thrillers.
Yeah.
You just can't help but get lost in the in the fucking sordidness, the sleaziness, everything. Just the whole dark, grim abyss of it all. It's
but it's juxtaposed against this thing where it's like a blinding white, light of just, it's that scene right in the beginning where he's like, what, can we come by tomorrow and are any of the kids here that we can talk to or something like that? And like, sir, it's like
It's 10 o'clock.
2 o'clock in the morning. At fucking night. It's like Christ, man.
Yeah.
But it is a very good there is a very good contrast between Will and Walter Finch as well, because when he sees the body of Caitlin, he's like, "This son of a bitch crossed the line. You don't get back from that." And you can sort of say the same thing about Pacino's character as well, because he's previously just crossed the line himself, and he's unable to come back from that at the moment. He's still got the IA breathing down his neck. Everything is and he knows the walls are closing in on him. And straight away when Bubbles, his fucking old friend who runs the Alaskan police station, actually asks him about his trouble, he's like, "Oh no, it's nothing. They got nothing." But you can tell in his face he is getting desperate. He knows he's done for. And I kind of like that. This is like one of the few times where we see Christopher Nolan just let the visual speak for itself, because in his later movies he does kind of go overboard with the exposition dumps all the time instead of just letting us breathe a little bit and absorb what the characters are going through just visually.
Yeah, I miss the old Nolan.
Me
that
too.
Used to do that used to trust you to figure it out, as opposed to and listen, I'm not saying anything bad against Inception.
And I like Inception. I do like his films like
and
Inception.
I'm not saying anything bad against Tenet. I actually one of the few people then on my circle that I know that actually enjoys that film, although I probably wouldn't watch it again. But it's the earlier stuff where he trusted you to kind of figure it out on your own, whether it be Following or Memento or this or Prestige even, and Prestige is a little bit more high concept, of course, but as I've said in a previous stream, and I'll say so again, he elevated the material from the novel and turned it into something completely different. And it's, to me, it stays in my top 5 films of all time. That's why I think sometimes he's done all these bombastic things and these high concept things. And I think, as you said, Northern, at the outset of this, it's sort of, this one gets swept under the rug, and it really shouldn't. It needs some good attention, and I hope that it gets it.
Yeah.
I know, and I think this might be the last really great Al Pacino performance as well, because during the 90s, he was really, really shouty. Just sort of like, he did Scarface, and he was now this shouty Pacino, like, I'm Al Pacino. There's none of that here. There's barely any of that here.
He's very subdued in this one, isn't he? He's very yeah.
I know, and you do sort of feel just as tired and haggard and exhausted as he is as well. And you do almost feel sorry for him, even though he's done this very bad thing. But he probably is a bit more likable than the Stellan Skarsgård version of the original, who
I've yet to watch it. Is that any good? Or
I've heard it's really good, but it does sound like Walter Finch is the Walter Finch version of the. He's got a different name in the original, but he does sort of have a little bit of sympathy, like it was an accident, because in the original he pushed the girl into a wall and didn't realize there was a nail sticking out, which killed her. But in here, no. But in here, no. He beat this girl for 10 minutes, and he's still trying to justify his actions.
Yeah,
he's still trying to kind of perform these mental gymnastics. That's really intriguing. Robin Williams plays it really well as a guy who has no real remorse.
I mean, it's funny because on a previous stream, I think on the Toxic Thursday, I mentioned we were talking about actors that don't really do things for us, if you remember. And one of mine was Robin Williams.
Really?
Yeah, and I have to kind of backpedal somewhat, because I keep rewatching some Robin Williams movies, and I have to go back on it. He's not.
Well, so when you said that though, were you I took it as you were talking about his like comedy shtick.
Mainly his comedy, yeah. Although
shtick, when he came back right before his passing, and he did that horrid ABC television show with Buffy. And he was just doing shtick each episode. It was one of those things where I was just like, dude, what are you doing, man? Come on, man. This is beneath you. Because I've seen this, and I've seen the Law and Order episode, and I've seen Good Will Hunting, and I've seen 1 Hour Photo, and I know what he's capable of when he's at his best. So but I think he's like a lot of comedic actors. They give him a chance, and they can do some really good dramatic things. It sucks to be pigeonholed in that. I think he managed to break out of that pretty well. I think Good Will Hunting surprised a lot of people. And then, when he did the trifecta of the 1 Hour Photo, this, and the Law and Order episode, I think it really turned a lot of people around and were like, oh, wow, he's really got some range.
I have to be honest, I do actually like him in Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh, yeah, no, Mrs. Doubtfire's great.
Yes,
Mrs. Doubtfire's great. Great movie.
And Bicentennial Man, I think, is.
I've not seen that. I have not seen.
Yeah, I watched it for the first time, and I've gained a new appreciation for it. Though it is a very good. He does a good job playing this like emotionless robot who's learning to be human. It's. And it's very philosophical as well on existentialism, mortality, everything. And he kind of is at his best when he goes for the more darker roles, in my opinion. Because he does sell it. I mean, because he always had that dark side to him as well. If you watch his interviews, he really did have a lot of. He had a lot of demons. He really did.
Yeah.
I want to just clarify, because I said Law and Order. I actually meant Law and Order Special Victims Unit, which is not exactly the same thing. So it's a spinoff, probably one of a more popular one. He did season 9, episode 17, called Authority. So he was in that. The thing about those shows, though, and not to shit on because it was a great episode. But the thing about those shows is, like, when they have those shows, all the Law and Order shows, whoever's the guest celeb on the show, that's who the killer is. It's like special guest tonight, Robin Williams. Like, oh well, there's the killer right there. It's like, obviously, like, that's who it's gonna be. So, but I mean, not that there's anything wrong with that. I mean, that's good ironing your clothes stuff in the background.
But this is So when did all see this for the first time? When was our first viewing of this?
I saw this. Memento had been the first movie I watched out of boot camp. So 2001, I finished boot camp, and it was at the movie theater on Post. They only have one movie. So you go, you're not going to choose. You're just like, we have Memento. Okay, got it. That's what I'm watching. So so went and watched that, and I was like, oh wow, this is really intense. And then that came out on DVD, and when that came out on DVD, Insomnia was premiering, but it wasn't on Post. I had to go like to Kansas City or something, and so I went and it was it's like from the director of Memento, and stuff like that. And then it had that really great trailer, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna fucking. So me and a couple friends went out to Kansas City and we watched it. And my friends hated it. They were like, this is so boring. And I'm like, I think they snuck in to go watch like Star Wars Episode 2 or something like that. And then I'm sitting there watching Insomnia by myself. So it was fine. But I really liked it then. And then I got married a few months later. And when this came out on DVD, bought it and showed it to the wife. She liked it. And but it just basically just sat on my shelf. I don't think I've rewatched it honestly until Northern asked me to do this, which is crazy, but it's just one of those things that kind of falls by the wayside a little bit. But yeah, I saw it in the theater when it was out.
Yeah. So when did you first see it inside, man? Because I know you've worked with Nolan before, haven't you? So
yeah, I think 3 times. I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know you worked with this before, but did you work on him with this movie or?
No, I mean no. This was something that I sort of discovered on DVD, and I can't remember when. I can't remember how long after its release. I can't remember whether it was after I'd already worked on Batman Begins or whether it was before Batman Begins I saw it. But it was definitely a DVD. I mean, I was curious because I'm a big fan of Memento. I really, really enjoyed Memento. I thought, what's this one going to be like? Is this going to be a similar kind of psychological thing for the audience? And it is to a degree, but there is more of a. I mean, obviously, there is a linear story. And I was surprised. I don't know what you two guys think, but whenever I watch this, it doesn't really sort of scream at me that this has any style of Chris Nolan. It doesn't look like there's any Chris Nolan signature on this movie.
Yeah.
Well, I would say
a little bit with the shaky cam, which was used in Batman Begins later on, but thankfully he toned that down when he did, The Dark Knight.
I would say a signature. So I always look for this with directors and filmmakers and showrunners. I look for their signature to see if that, like, if I didn't know it was them, could I guess that it was? And the whole, he likes to do a thing that he will show a repeat action shot without context. Yeah. So I don't know. Can we spoil now, or do you want me to hold my water on this?
Spoil a little bit. We'll get
okay.
Anyway, but
okay. So the fact that it's sort of ambiguous at the beginning. Like did Dormer actually do it? Did he actually plant evidence? But we see and really not even sure what kind of evidence he may or may not have planted. And we see that repeat action shot from the back at the very beginning of the film is him putting the blood into the garment in order to frame the killer that he knew to be guilty, even though there was no way to do it. That's a repeat action shot that they do at the very beginning to sort of give it away, same as he does in The Prestige, where they have all the hats on the ground, so to speak. Same thing in and I mentioned this. I swear I did not mean for it to circle to this, but I mentioned that because I do that in my book, because I give it away. I give away a main plot in my book in the very page, but it looks like a Nothing Burger like advertisement type thing or news thing in the very beginning, and it's in very, very small print, so you kind of can't see it unless you really magnify it and read it. And so that's a thing that that style I've stolen that a little bit just due to the fact that, and that's, I've noticed he's, Batman movies aside, he does repeat that. He did it again in Tenet. He did it again in, like I said, in The Prestige. He does it in Memento. In Memento, if you even with it being out of chronological order, it gives away what it is because it's the mystery of Lenny. Again, I'm spoiling another. Fucking, it's been 26 years. You haven't watched the movie yet. It's on you.
Yeah, watch the movie first before you watch this because we're going to spoil the shit out of this one.
Yeah,
we are.
So, Lenny is actually the killer. He's looking for a killer who is in fact himself. That's why he's as Joey Pants tells him, he says, "I'm not a killer." He goes, "Yeah, you are." He goes, "No, you're not a killer. That's why you're so good at it." Because he's hunting, we're trying to solve this mystery, and the mystery is actually he himself is the killer. He gives it away in the opening scene. Yeah. So that's a thing that Nolan's signatures is pretty good. Like I said, Dark Knight movies aside, like those don't count. I don't think. I mean, I guess maybe if I did a deep dive into Nolan's Batman trilogy, maybe I could find something in there to justify my theory. But off the top of my head, I can't. But his other films, Inception, Memento here, or Memento, Insomnia here, and then Following also does the same thing. He gives it away. He gives away a major plot point or even the twist at the very, very beginning of the film. You just don't realize it until repeated viewings.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. So I think the first time I saw this was 2006 when it came on telly. I mean, because sometimes I just missed. I saw films a little bit later on, but I do like this movie, and I wouldn't see it for another few years. And I thought, fucking hell, this really is underrated. I need to. It deserves more love. It really does. I mean, you got Al Pacino's kind of keep restraining his shouty shtick that he had developed since the late 80s, early 90s, and you got Robin Williams kind of going into a much more darker role away from the usual. Instead of him trying to repeat his Dead Poet Society kind of shtick, like he did with Patch Adams. And you got and you got Hilary Swank as well, who was like in this very early role before she'd already done Real Boys Don't Cry, and she was about to get an Oscar for $1 Million Baby as well, before kind of starring in stuff that didn't really get as much attention and I've not seen. So, I don't know, but I think we can. Let's just jump in anyway to Insomnia, because it really is really well done as well. Out of the beginning. See if we can share the screen and. Right. Okay, well, let's get this up. Here we go. Great. Still getting used to the mechanics on this a little bit. Yeah. So, I mean, I think this is, like you said, it's already kind of given away a little bit in this beginning where you see this whole whiteout as well. It's like this big bright light that's stopping you from going to sleep. And then Insomnia comes, you see the blood go through the fibers in this very extreme close-up, don't you, in there? Mm-hmm. And I give credit to Chris Nolan. He can really capture these air shots and everything of these airborne shots. And yet, George Clooney and Steven Soderbergh produced this as well. Yeah. And I think you mentioned this last time as well, like because they saw Memento and they really liked him and they wanted to really help him get some more traction because they believed in his talent, something like that, was it?
Yeah, it was. I'm Steven Soderbergh in particular, but the pair of them had approached Warner and said, "You got to give this guy a chance. You've really got to give this guy a studio movie. Give him a decent budget. If you can see what he's done on a zero budget movie, on a low budget movie. Imagine what this guy can do if you give him all of the toys in the room to play with." And this was the one that was the clincher that got him the Batman movies. He does openly admit that without Steven Soderbergh and George Clooney, that he would still be making very small, small independent movies.
And I mean, look at the scale of this as well. It really, because even though we're kind of going into, Yeah, Alaska, fucking hell, and it's like a very small, boring town, and we're already getting a little bit of character moments as well, where he's just looking around, is like, yeah, there's nothing down there, and Pacino's like, you're not here on vacation, we're here for this. So you kind of already get what these characters are as well. You obviously Will is definitely one who's always obsessed with his job and doing the job. You know, he always wants to. He's trying to be the good guy as well. You know, he's dedicated to his job. The other guy kind of probably sees it as just a job to do, and that's it. And he's not really.
Well, I think
more of a career cop.
Cop, yeah.
I think knowing what we know about why they're out there and what's going on behind the scenes, I think that I think that Martin Donovan's character here, Hap, I think he is I think he sees this more for what it is. I think he's like, they've sent us out, to get out of the firing line of IA, and we're doing this as a favor, kind of, but we're also kind of, because that's what they do. Like when you got the big, when the brass is looking into you, they're going to send you on some Bobo mission somewhere where you can't be easily, and they can say, well, he's not available to be voir dired and interviewed. So, sorry, he's out on an important mission right now doing yada, yada, yada. So I think that Hap, the partner here, played by Martin Donovan, I think he sees it for what it is. He's an interesting actor. He's always slightly a douche. Like, he seemed like, if you were to be like, this guy's a serial killer, I'd be like, yeah, I believe that. I believe that 100%. I first saw him in like The Opposite of Sex as the gay brother to what's her name, the little slutty girl from Mermaids, and then saw him immediately after in Weeds, and he was kind of a whack job, but he always has that kind of kind of douche waffle face, like he just very punchable, which is funny because his little brief stint in the MCU is literally him being punched in the face. So I think that's interesting.
It did make me laugh when they do the fucking Mexican standoff, and he's like, "Here we go." Yeah. But this is good bit of exposition that's not being spelled out. I mean, okay, you got Nice Mute, Alaska, halibut fishing capital of the world. You already get this is a very small town that's full of just normal people. Nothing really interesting that happens that much down there. And it's very sort of isolated, and it's very mundane. And you already get a sense of Hilary Swank's character as well. She's definitely the young upcoming cop who loves doing her job as well. And she just loves it. She's obsessed with it.
Yeah, I love the hero worship side of her.
Yeah,
that she has.
That's a smart way to do it, because it gets the audience to hear, Mr. Detective Dormer, I read your thesis. That's what I did when I went through the academy, and so we get some exposition on him that's sort of organic in that way.
Yeah, because she's letting him know that she knows all about him, so he knows who he's working with as well. He's not working with another dumbass copy. He knows he's gonna have someone who actually lives in the area, who's able to do a job.
Yeah.
And also there's a kind of almost acceptance, I think, that it appears on him, where he knows that she knows all about him apart from, and he knows that at some point he's going to disappoint her.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because he's not. He seems really sort of a bit too humble, doesn't he? When she's
almost trying to brush it away.
Yeah, I know. So he's already got a lot on his mind as well. He's got the IA breathing down his neck and everything, and it's looking like his partner's going to end up backstabbing him. Of course, he hasn't really been told that just yet, but he already knows. He's seen what's happened when police officers sell each other down the river. It's the IA. The IA are very good at handling deals sometimes. And yet it shows what a good cop he is as well, how he knows the job when she says, okay, she tries to take him down to the lodge, but then he's like, no, just take me down to the station. It's like, all right, yeah, we've got to get on the case. Most homicides are solved in the first 72 hours. And he's like, 48 hours, we're a day behind, but who's counting? So she already knows her stuff as well, doesn't she? But she was just a little bit off because... because he had to get there, didn't he? So they've lost a lot of time there.
Yeah.
And once again, more exposition. So they already know this guy, and he's obviously brought them down for a favor, and he's not going to refuse because he's an old friend, as well as the IA breathing down their neck anyway. So yeah, and they do sell it as well. He's obviously the younger partner. He's the older, more obsessed cop now who's dedicated to his job. And yeah, the way he's just sort of trying to put a brave face when he asks him about, hey, you had some trouble in LA, don't you? He's like, and yeah, the partner's saying, yeah, they're really nailing us hard. And Al Pacino is trying to put a brave face on it by saying, yeah, it's not sure, it's just the usual crap. I mean, it's nothing.
This is why I like that they had this, the guy Hap, Martin Donovan. They chose this actor for this. This is the genius of this, because it's like he is, as you stated, he's the younger partner, but he's not young. So it's just like, like a younger partner that would be like Ellie, like the girl, she'd probably go down with the ship, not talking to the Fed or the IA about him and not giving him up. Whereas a guy that's got some time in and is closer to his pension, he's not quite retirement age, but he's been, you could definitely headcanon, he's been in a good 10. He's got some years on him and knows the way the wind blows. And it's better to sell out this great cop and then go down with the ship yourself. Whereas a young idealistic person, which we will see later on, would be like, no, I'll protect you. I'll do that. Whereas this guy's like, nah, man, I got a boat that I'm wanting to buy in a few years when I retire, and I got alimony payments and yada. So that was the brilliance of having a younger partner who's not young. So
yeah, because that's the thing with joining the police, and if you can get a pension, you can retire on everything, but if you step out once, that can all fucking go away.
Or three times in my case, but who's counting?
Yeah. But yeah, he does play it well. He really does play it well, because he's not really a bad guy, though. He's just kind of
he's just a guy. He's he's going to become a huge, hey, Miss Sparkles. He's just a guy, and again, like I said, you can infer a lot. You can infer maybe he's done some dirty shit himself, and he's worried that if he doesn't play ball, maybe when he was put in the box and they were interviewing him, the shoe flies were saying like, hey, listen, we know you didn't plant evidence, but we do know that you took a couple bills off of that one drug dealing bust back in 92.
Yeah, because it mentions that, doesn't it? Do you think the IA prick gives a fuck about you shaking down a couple of drug dealers?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So,
I mean, and once again, we get to know the coppers a little bit as well. And they're obviously just, they're good at their jobs, but they're obviously only good at handling these very small cases.
They're dealing with drunks on the weekend. They're dealing with a couple guys that smack the wife around for overcooking the fish, trout. They're dealing with, like kids that are vandalizing stuff and maybe smoking weed behind the school and things like these guys aren't operators. These guys are just, I mean, it was either this or they go work in the fishing mill or whatever the fuck they call it. So it's
I think it's not really a case of them being out of their depth, though, is it? It's more of a case of they're unfamiliar on how to operate on this level. This is they need these outsiders in with that experience that's going to maybe become a little bit of a learning curve for them as well, because they're so unfamiliar. It's such unfamiliar territory for them.
Yeah. Well, plus there's an added thing in this small town. Like, these guys very likely would, in most of these cases, when it's something very, very serious, they know the guy. Maybe their brother-in-laws or sister-in-laws with them. Maybe they very likely went to high school, and so in these small towns, because they do that here, if they have like a big fiasco, they'll bring in a state agent that's an outsider, so that because you arrest somebody's brother-in-law, sister-in-law, wife, cousin, whatever, then when you're trying to get reelected or you're that kind of thing, they're going to remember that. Like, I remember when he took the poor Milson boy and he sent him up. They sent him up to the state for 27 years. They don't speak in a Maine accent. I don't know where that's coming from. But
that is a pure Alaskan accent there.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Good to know. But yeah, no, it's so they will often do this. I myself live in a small town, and I've seen, we recently had a big case here, nothing I had anything to do with, that where a guy was, essaying women and posing as a Walmart security, but they brought the state agents in as opposed to letting the local PD deal with it, because the guy had so many ties to the local people, and that includes local cops. So that this is a pretty common practice for them to bring in outside help to deal with this kind of stuff.
Right.
And because it does feel like the people have done their homework here as well. And I just love how he analyzes all the injuries and everything, and how the killer has taken care. Has clipped the nails and everything. And already he understands this killer. This killer is very patient. So he's very smart. He knows how procedures work when it comes to investigating murders and how to collect DNA. And already has figured him out. This guy is not killed, but he will do. Fuck across the line. He's never coming back. And once again, this is kind of a good contrast to Will here, who pretty much has crossed the line and already is he knows he can't come back from that, even though he's trying his best to prolong the inevitable.
Yeah. I mean, he's just somebody who happened to have done the wrong thing, but for the right reason.
Yep, and it's all going to go back on him, and he knows it. Yeah, but we get a bit of evidence as well that she had a boyfriend who's probably been abusive as well, but he knows it wasn't the boyfriend who did those bruises. It's not the bruises that killed her. It's someone else. Because he's seen it all before. He's a cop who's in his late 50s, even though Al Pacino was in his 60s. And he looks really haggard there as well. And I think it works that Al Pacino was a lot older here as well when he played the role. Yeah.
This guy crossed the line and he didn't even blink. Hooah.
Yeah. Yeah, he knows he can connect it, everything. I love the line as well. Was it a crime? It's like, maybe, but whatever happened, his reaction wasn't passionate.
Why do I feel like we could easily delve in it? We're just doing Pacino impressions for the rest of the stream.
Yeah. Thank fuck he smoked so much when he got older, because it just made his voice more instinctive. If he was still had his young voice from the 70s, but like, motherfucker across the line.
He's
never come back from that.
I asked my father if he knew Clemenza, and he said he didn't know him. This guy.
Yeah. Don't tell me you're innocent, because it insults my intelligence.
Because she's got a great ass, and you got your head all the way up.
But it's such a good way to suck people into the movie as well, and really get to like.
Can you
this
go back?
character.
I'm sorry. Can you go back a frame? Can you back two frames real quick? I just want to point out. I don't know if you guys know this. Nicky Cat passed away pretty recently. Great character actor. A lot of people know him from stuff like Dazed and Confused. One of my favorite Nicky Cat roles, obviously, is Way of the Gun, where he plays one of the two security officers / bagmen. And I don't know. I think I don't want to say the wrong thing. I don't know if he took his own life or he OD'd, but well, he was sort of the same thing. But yeah, we just lost him recently, and great character actor, Nicky Cat. I hate to be the Lance doing the whole watchman of death here, but I always think of him because he has that great line when they're hanging out in the bar. It's like, what animal has two thumbs and loves blowjobs? This guy, which is so stupid, but
shit.
Yeah, he's a great character actor and a lot of stuff, and always enjoyed him in the things that he was in.
He kind of has got that little bit of a frat boy thing going on as like he used to be a bit of a frat boy, but then he sort of mellowed out and he became a cop. He still hasn't lost his sort of charm a little bit. Yeah. So he's just an average guy doing his job. So now they've got to find out who Kay is as well. Get to know the person. They'll probably get to know the killer because like they already know the killer is connected to her. She knew him, so what they found in the room will help him get closer. And obviously, she was telling them that the Feds ordered her not to touch the room, and she says, she doesn't like it when I mess with her stuff anyway. And she's saying it like she's still there because that's what people really do go through as well. It's like that person you loved is gone, and you're still finding it hard to accept that.
Yeah.
And
also that's a technique that when someone passes away, especially under strange circumstances or murder, whatever, the first person they look at is the people closest to them, husband, father, mother, daughter.
Yeah, that's usually the case, isn't it? Like
a technique,
dad.
an interview technique that we've utilized is you try to see, are they when they speak of them, are they speaking of them in the present tense or the past tense? If they speak of them in the past tense and they've already assimilated the information in their mind, because to them they know they're dead because they're the one that caused it in some kind of way, as opposed to people who just found out they've lost a loved one and they, they'll say wild shit like, oh my, your husband committed suicide with a pistol. Oh my God, is he okay? Is he hurt? Like they'll say weird shit that just doesn't make sense because their brain is in shock. Whereas if they're somehow, they've already made some kind of peace with it, fuck a bunch of tears, fuck their story, fuck their alibi, that's usually the person that you're looking at.
Yeah, you can tell because if someone fucking cries an awful fucking lot, then they're guilty.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
there you go, ladies and gentlemen. If ever you want to commit a murder, you know exactly how to act under interrogation.
I've told you how to do it now. So now you can do it now.
That's all you need to do.
Tip number 2 comes next week.
Yeah,
stay tuned.
You can follow me for more.
Yeah, next week we'll tell you which acid you use to dissolve the bodies.
Yeah.
So yeah. So basically, she was at a party, but it's not a party. It's just this kind of like local dav and everything. And she had an argument with a boyfriend, and and she stormed off, and no one knows where she went. But I love this visual storytelling as well. You see the picture of her with a friend that's torn up and thrown in the garbage can, and we've got another clue as well. Like it's her friend, so will come into play later. And so and. Obviously, he wants to find out what she is. Was she kind of the popular kid? Was she a loner as well? Was she someone who wanted to, who was bored and wanted to get the fuck out of town and think she had a lot more, who kind of felt like she was destined for more, all that bullshit. And we get another clue with the dress as well because it's expensive. Obviously, her mother would never have been able to afford it, or boyfriend, because he's still in high school. So yeah, let's get the boyfriend. Let's get him at. And yeah, let's not forget the necklace as well, because that does become a vital part in it later on. So he knows there's an admirer there, not the boyfriend who's probably responsible. So he's already got a clue why the boyfriend has beat her up. So because he knows something was up and she wouldn't tell him, and because women are very good at making you suspicious sometimes, So they want to get the boyfriend as well, see if they can get anything out of him that might lead to something, but they can't because. It's 10 o'clock at night. They can't get him out of school to take him off guard. And he's like, does it ever get dark here? And it's like, not at this time of the year. It's like, yeah, I knew that. Why did you not know that, Hap? So I already get a bit of exposition on the whole Alaskan town as well. So get used to this day. Like, you're going to be seeing a lot as well, especially when it comes to gunning down your partner and being haunted about it to the point where you can't sleep. And we get this actress Maria Tierney. She only gets a short while in it, but Moira Tierney. Yeah, she's always been a very underrated actress. She's always been this very good-looking actress, but she's never been sort of hypersexualized. But I think she did do a program a couple of years back where she was being sexualized now, which is a bit weird since she's older now. But
I'm not familiar with that. I know she was big in there was this firefighter TV show with Dennis Leary called Rescue Me. She was in that. Did a pretty good job in that. I think she showed up in a couple other TV shows and movies. I mean, she's Jim Carrey's ex-wife in Liar Liar. Yeah.
I think she was in ER as well, wasn't she?
That I don't know. You might be right. Very possibly. Very possibly. Don't be fooled by my friend's frivolous demeanor.
So this is where we found out that he's going to sell his partner down out the road as well, because I got family. I mean, I got pension, everything. If I cut a deal and I give up the information, I might be able to get probation, everything, and not lose everything I've worked towards. And it's like, but this is not about you. This is about the people that we try to save, okay? And you want to throw all that out because he's kind of right as well. If he allows his partner to sell him out, all the criminals that he put away
Yeah.
will be released.
Yeah, but that's not a thing that actually happens. That's the thing that they say in movies and TV shows, but it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, so Dark Knight is bullshit. Then they could have just let Harvey Dent just kill all those fucking people anyway.
But yeah. But I mean, at the same time, you know, it's not antithetical to the story, because it's like that would be a thing. Now, if I was going down the tubes and loyalty wasn't keeping, I might try to guilt trip my partner to not sell me out by being like, you know, if you turn on me to the shoe flies, all those people that we locked up, they're gonna get away. So all right, I'm gonna stop doing that now. But yeah, that you could understand that's something that he might use to work on him, because like I said, he's an older detective, Hap is, but he's not that experienced, so he might believe some bullshit like that. But yeah, that's a common thing I've seen in movies and TV shows. So whether that was used correctly or incorrectly here, I couldn't say with any degree of certainty, but I can tell you as former law enforcement, that's not a thing. That they don't just go open and vacate people's sentences just because someone there's lots and lots of cops in prison, lots of them, and all of their busts do not just go away, like, you know, killing the head vampire and all the lower vampires turn back to normal. It doesn't, you're staying your ass in jail. Like that's,
yeah, you know what? Now that you mentioned it, I think Tango and Cash got that right, because when they get arrested, they don't do that bullshit. They get thrown in jail with the very people they're
right.
No.
It's like, as someone who has been on both sides, I can tell you with a very harsh degree of certainty that I have run into people. Thank God they were tweakers who didn't know any better. Like, man, I know you, right? Don't I know you from Lansing? I'm like, you do know me from Lansing, yeah. Oh yeah, you're a good dude, man. I remember you. What'd you say your name was? Your street name? It's Russia. Right, Russia. Okay, cool, man.
Yeah, but it is a very good. It kind of causes this rift between them as well, because later on when he does shoot him, you are kind of wondering, did he actually mean to kill him? Did he actually sort of like see his chance a little bit as well and see if he could get away with it, and suddenly start to feel like what the fuck have I done when he finally does the act?
Yeah, I don't think that's a thing. I think that's something that he may have even thought for a little bit with his guilty conscience, and I know certainly Finch plays it up, but I think it's more of you know, the not having slept, the being in the weird environment. And there's also this thing, anyone who's ever been hunting knows that you can get deer fever, where you would swear in court that, you know, when people get killed out in the woods during hunting season, and the guys that shot him would pass a lie detector test swearing that it was a deer, that because your brain wants it to be the thing that you want it to be. That's why you have to be so careful with shootings and stuff like that, because your brain can manifest and it'll go back to that muscle memory of you know, drawing down on your target and dropping something, but you have to be so sure that you got it right, but you don't have time to be sure. So poor Nielsen boy, Lance, wait, what? Where the hose at? You're right there. You go look in the mirror, Sparkle. That's where you're at.
Get better, Miss Sparkles. We'll have you on sometime. So, Paul Nielsen boy, Lance. Yeah, he's still not on fucking Facebook, is he? It's
No. I just sorted him out just a few minutes ago.
It's okay, man. That's all right. Yeah, it's so we'll be going on X with the all chat thing now.
No. He's back on.
Oh, good man. Oh, nice.
I just got him while I was running my mouth. I was multitasking with my cell phone and got him. He's back in the chat.
Yeah. Okay, man. All right. Scuff. So, yeah, I mean, because he seems very naive, Hap, as well. He thinks oh, don't worry, they're not going to find anything on you. And it's like, no, they could do, though. That's the thing. It's almost like he's trying to sort of convince himself that he can do this with a guilty conscience without feeling this selling out will. But he is. He is.
Well, I mean, that's what they want. I mean, it's the detectives that look into the police. The detectives that look into detectives, I mean, they don't use any different tactics. They use the same tactics to go after cops as they do criminals. You know what I mean? There's no difference. I mean, because
he's putting the squeeze on him to get to Will, isn't he? Because because I think I And that's the thing. I mean, this is like the first time he has actually, framed a criminal, even though he knew he was guilty of doing it. He just didn't have the evidence. Where's the force? There it is. There it is. Yes, obviously he's trying his best to convince him, but he's like, no, I'm going to take the deal. And he leaves him as well. And Hap kind of doesn't feel like he's getting the bit, not reading the room as well, because as soon as Tyranny comes over, asking for the order, it's like, hey, what do you want? And Pacino's like, fuck this, man. I can't fucking stand to be another minute with you right now. Because, he's selling them out just so some guy can fucking climb the ladder and kiss my ass, and instead of allowing people to actually do their jobs. So, moving on, obviously they get... So you get a bit more insight into Hilary Swank's character as well. Obviously, she thinks, she's kind of like Danny Butterman in Hot Fuzz. She wants to see some real action, go on the big cases, and misdemeanors that much. Is like, don't knock the misdemeanors, okay? Because you have to do a lot of reading people as well, just like you can do with the bigger cases, And you can tell he sort of admires her a little bit as well. He finds her really charming. I wonder if she kind of reminds him a little bit of his younger days when he was this eager cop, trying to get onto the job. So
there's a great line in the novel Silence of the Lambs by Thomas Harris where Jack Crawford, it gives you a lot more Jack Crawford and Clarice is asking advice to Jack Crawford on how to go about hunting down Buffalo Bill and engaging with Lecter. And there's this great inner dialogue. I always think of this when I'm training somebody, especially doing PI or security work. I always think, because there's this need when you're an older man dealing with a younger and aspiring and in this case, in most cases, attractive woman, this need to want to make yourself seem smarter or to give them more information than you actually need to, as opposed to just training them the proper way you would any dude, any geezer, any guy. We have this need to almost kind of want to show off a little bit. And there's this great inner dialogue of it. I've got to reread that. And it gives you this into the mindset of that. And in rewatching this, I thought of that little inner monologue there where, it's almost like you want to impress this shit. It's our need to want to kind of peacock for these, young ladies. And it's very unfortunate because you can make a mistake and teach them something they either don't understand or don't need to know yet. They're not ready for, in this thing where you want to impress them in this way. And I kind of got that vibe from her character and Will's, and Will, the detective, his character here. I kind of got that vibe off the two of them where he wants to mentor her in this way, but he wants to do it the right way. And of course, she's catching him at the worst possible time in his career and his life as well. So,
yeah, fucking hell, you mentioned it. Yeah, I'm getting like Clarice styling vibes off her a little bit as well. She probably is a little bit more, maybe a little bit more naive, I should say, a little bit more optimistic because, Clarice already looks a little bit like she's already getting worn down a little bit, especially when she's
the differences between with her and Clarice, I think, is that Clarice is, she wants to take things at a pace, at the correct pace, I think. Whereas Hilary Swank's character she wants to jump straight in. She wants to run before she's learned to walk.
Yeah. It's the difference in the law enforcement type of characters. You've got this. Yeah. What is she, like a sheriff's deputy here or something like that in this small town? Whereas Clarice is already in the big show. She's she's in the FBI Quantico. So I mean, you're not gonna. That's pretty much the highest form of American law enforcement, right there. So she's just not in the specific sector that she wants to be in. So she's already in the big show. And I only brought that up, to highlight the fact that, you have this older man and this younger attractive woman and the hierarchy in law enforcement and the way you want to train them to do a good job. But there's also a way in which you can tell them to do it wrong because you want to show off all your tricks a little too soon and stuff. And I'm happy to say in this film and in the book and movie version of Silence of the Lambs, both of these, elder men do it correctly. And I like that. So,
yeah. So now on the scene where we're meeting the boyfriend as well, and he's kind of just playing the usual cocky kid. You can tell this guy's a bit of a fucking douche, really is. But he does kind of become this scapegoat later on as well. But and he does try to sort of like he thinks he knows it all, everything. But Pacino pretty much puts him in his place, doesn't he? He's and yeah, but then he tells him, listen, all that fucking fuck the well crap, that up. Nah, yeah, you're not going to do that with me. You may fool the local cops, it may fool your mom, but believe me, I know things. And it does eventually put him in his place a little bit as well. It does kind of make him open up a little bit more and actually sort of like cut the bullshit a little bit and say, yeah, she just wouldn't tell me where she was going. And he's like, well, did you try and get some answers out of her? And he's like, yeah, I did, pretty hard.
who is this kid? Is he somebody?
No, he does look familiar. I don't know if I might have seen him in something where he's a little bit older now, but I know. He kind of looks like Elliot Page a bit, though, doesn't he?
Oh, that's harsh.
Yeah,
That's harsh.
I'm getting fucking Elliot Page here as well. It's
That's
damn, man.
what a shame. What a shame.
Yeah. Yeah, a much more convincing man version of Page. Sorry about that.
But for me, I mean, I want things to happen to him. I want things to. He's an unpleasant character. I'm sort of willing things to happen to him.
Oh yeah, because even if he's innocent in the old murder case, he probably will. Finch might be right. He probably might do a lot more harm later on when he gets older.
Yeah.
So he's not totally wrong, but that still doesn't justify what Finch has done. So, and yeah, it goes back to what Lani said as well. Small things, because they need to find out where this jewelry store was bought and to help narrow down what's happening. So some kids found this thing that's on the cabin of the beach, and it's all the belongings of her as well. So it means they've got to go through a lot of procedures as well, reading her journal, everything, and just looking for possessions to see if anything can be can lead to the killer. So I think this is where they found out where this cabin is as well, where it was found. So they're going to try and find that idea. Was going to try and see if they can catch the killer there anyway. But you can sort of see as well. He's still got the IA sort of like going on, kind of weighing on him as well. You could probably tell he's not had that much sleep already, because even Finch has said the moment he stepped onto that town, he could not sleep for days. And this is before he's killed his partner.
Yeah.
So he's wondering. So yeah, he's obviously questioning if he can do the job as well. He's got that going through his mind. He might not be able to focus. He might make the wrong move, and it could cost someone. But his friend sort of says, "Listen, right? I know you. I trust you. All right? Don't let the IA fucking get to you. You can do this." So they all start getting in positions, waiting for the call to. So now we've got a little bit of setup as well. The Smith and Wesson 45, which will then get used later for the framing.
I do like that because it serves two purposes, doesn't it? It serves the purpose of, like you say, it's kind of Chekhov's gun, pun intended.
It's literally, yeah.
And then it also does the thing. This is how cops talk. Cops talk. They talk about, hey, what kind of benefits you guys got over there? Like, what do you guys carry? We carry these over here, like, blah, 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 blah. So it's actually kind of, lore accurate, I guess you would say. Take it easy, Nix. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah. Cheers for the slides again, man. I'm glad to put them in use again. And next week, if you can do Miami Connection, that'd be grateful. If you can't, don't worry about it. I'll do it myself. It's okay, man. It's okay. So yeah.
Yeah, he's great, Nix.
Yeah, he's a good lad. Good lad.
Nix is MVP all the time. MVP.
Yeah, and he already looks weary here as well. He already looks a little bit like he's losing it.
I mean, to be fair, Al Pacino's looked tired for 50 years.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, I think it was really good that they made this when Al Pacino was in his 60s, just to make him. I'm guessing the character's in his 50s and not his 60s, but having Al Pacino actually casting this role was better. You can sort of see like the job has weighed on him a little bit and they aged him a little bit more.
Yeah, he's much more grizzled, isn't he? You can tell.
Yeah,
you know, every line that's on that face has been earned.
I was before I came out here. I was out in California chasing down Neil McCulley, and brother, I'll tell you, that son of a bitch was hard to get.
Yeah, I always kind of get a feeling this is almost like an unofficial sequel where his character is sort of like still being affected by the whole McCulley thing as well, and it's started to take its toll on him. So he ends up end up becoming the very thing he chases.
Yeah.
So obviously they do the call, but then someone grabs the radio and it makes the noise, which then gains the attention of Finch, which causes a pretty fucking intense chase scene where you have no idea what's happening as well. So it kind of puts you in the point of view of Pacino's character as well.
Yeah,
because he's in an environment he's unfamiliar with as well, and not only that, he's found a few surprises like a tunnel that no one knew was there and he was not informed about. And yeah, he must have broke his hip doing this fucking jump. I don't know. He looked like he was like, Jesus Christ, I'm too old for this shit. I really am.
Be careful with the slides, bro. You go too fast. The bots.
Yeah, Nix, you did too much of a good job there. Damn, you might have to do less of a good job. But I love these shots as well. Just the fog, everything. You're disoriented, and you're just as lost. You can't see. You can't make out who is in the fog with him. Is it the enemy? Is it one of his guys?
Yeah, I like that because it's, it adds to the uncertainty. As a viewer, it adds to our uncertainty as much as his. The disorientation there, I think, is great. I mean, there is an awful lot of confusion there. So.
And yeah, once again, I always kind of feel like maybe he did see it was his partner and saw the chance, but then started to regret it the moment he did it.
Well, he's an unreliable narrator as well. Like we're supposed to. A lot of this is supposed to be ambiguous. A lot of this is supposed to be put us in the mind of like, was this a good shoot? Was it not? And then if it isn't, what would we do in these situations? I mean, because how the fuck would he be able to explain that back home? He's supposed to go out and be like, yeah, we went out there and we did this thing and I didn't realize it was him and I shot him. And they'd be like, the guy that was going to testify against you, you shot him? Like, so just to be clear, there's no fucking way they would if this guy was going to testify against him and he was slated to and he knew about it, they would not send these guys out on an op together. That's crazy. That doesn't even make any sense. They would definitely be sequestered away from each other. I mean, I don't know that they would have pulled them from duty, so to speak. He may well have gotten this assignment, but he wouldn't be with him. They would have put him by himself or put him with some Bobo partner. They would not. They're like, hey, you guys want to go take a 24-hour flight together and go out in the middle of nowhere together? Yeah. Hey, by the way, he's going to testify against you next week. Oh no.
Well, the California cops, so I kind of believe that would happen.
Oh boy.
Yeah. But yeah, he's like you said, it is very ambiguous. Maybe he does maybe he did kind of have the idea unconsciously, but now he just realized what he's done, and it's even his partner was actually really scared of him as well because he thinks he did do it deliberately. Yeah. It's like, Christ, man. So now he knows, oh shit, I am really fucked here. How the hell am I going to dig myself out of this situation as well? So yeah, just play cool. Man down. Someone shot him. Definitely wasn't me.
It definitely wasn't me. Don't smell my gun right now. Don't check my magazine to see if there's a expended fucking shell in there for sure.
Yeah, I should imagine because obviously cordite sort of lingers very, very much, especially in sort of dense fog. So you
Yeah.
definitely smell the cordite there.
Yeah.
And but God, man, look, that's the face of a guy who knows he's fucked. You don't need a big exposition done for that. All you need to do is just look at that guy's face and know, shit, man, what the fuck have you done?
Yeah.
So yeah, he's trying to get his story straight. They're doing the report obviously because something has happened, so they have to do these, sort of interviews and these reports, everything, because obviously there's going to be an investigation, and eventually he just kicks off saying, "Why did no one tell me about the goddamn tunnel?" And he's not mad about the tunnel.
Yeah.
He's not, which is a nice bit of subtext there. But there was tunnels down there. There was a bunch of tunnels there we never knew about. Most of them being closed for like 60 years, and I didn't know about them. And I grew up here.
Paul Dooley playing the chief there, and his old time friend. Dude, that guy's still running around. He's 97 years old.
Wow.
Fuck, man.
That's amazing.
I got to take a call, guys. I'll be right back, okay?
Yeah, I will, man. Oh, okay, man. Yeah. The thing is, I had him. I could smell the son of a bitch. He let out a large, powerful fart. It was crazy. And once again, he has to rub it in by saying, "There's no point in blaming yourself unless you actually killed your partner." I mean, but again, come on, you didn't, did you?
Yeah. Yeah, it just makes you wonder whether it's the insomnia that's clouding his judgment to such a degree that you know, is it that, or is his insomnia being caused by his lack of morality, his unclean methods?
I know, because he's already just kind of because we kind of already know that he has mostly done his job honestly, except for that one time, which is now starting to fall on him and weigh on him.
You know, and to a degree, I mean, you can sympathize with him. I mean, when you get to know about the subject a little bit later on, when he explains, you think to yourself, well, I think I probably would have done the same if I knew this guy was going to walk.
I know. I mean, it's like someone's guilty because he's pretty much dealt with these people before, so he knows by instinct just when someone's guilty.
Yeah.
And this was like one of the few times he could not get evidence on the guy, and he wasn't going to let this guy walk and kill another kid. So it's frame him, and it kind of shows that the line between good and evil isn't always clear. You know, sometimes you will have to do something bad to save more lives, but at the same time, you kind of destroying the integrity of something that's supposed to be, that your job is supposed to help. You're destroying everything you swore to protect.
Yeah, it's the Harry Callahan school of thought, isn't it?
Yeah. Because, I mean, even Harry Callahan, even though he's kind of a bit of a ruthless character, he still has this moral compass in Magnum Force. He doesn't just go out murdering bloody criminals. I mean, because even at the end when he kills Scorpio, he still waits for him to grab his gun and try and shoot him before he guns him down. Yeah. So we're gonna have to do that one day because that's fucking good. But, but this is such an uncomfortable scene as well, because he pretty much has to tell the wife that that her husband's dead. At the same time, he's sort of trying. I wonder if he's died. I wonder if there's a part of him that wants to tell her that it was me. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to, but he just can't do it.
I think this seems to me to have been the final straw towards a kind of breakdown that he has. You know, these mental cracks that are really starting to widen and widen. I think this is the one. It's like, what on earth am I doing? You know, I killed this guy, and I have to speak to his wife and explain to her that he's gone. He's not coming back, and that must have weighed incredibly heavy on him, considering that we now know that they are not just partners, they're not just colleagues, but they're friends. You know, these are friends, these are real friends, and It's quite a tough scene, and it must have been
It is as well. Like every
must have been
time
a
it's like
ter-
seeing there,
Can you
every
imagine
time
how tough for the character this must be? How
I know,
tough this must have been for Dormer.
I cannot imagine how fucking tough it is to actually do this in real life. Jesus Christ!
Mm.
I mean, the way he's just flicking that pen, fiddling with that pencil as well. I mean, that says everything about what he's going through without it being spelled out. Every time he says, "Oh, I'm so sorry, Carol," it's. You can sort of see there's a part of him that wants to tell her as well, but he just can't. He's because he knows the consequences of what will happen if he tells her.
Yeah.
Not just for him, but for the pain and anger is going to cause her even more.
Yeah, and of course, her response as well. Get this guy, get him for me, and when will you get him? Don't arrest him. Do you hear me? Don't arrest him.
Just look at her face as well when she looks at him. I mean, okay, gotta move a little fast now. So yeah, she passes him the keys as well, and he goes for this drive, and he obviously has to go somewhere alone as well because he just pukes. It's just getting too much for him now. He's already puking in alleyways, and then we see this dead dog as well, which in the original the dog was already alive.
It was alive, yeah.
And the original version, Stellan Skarsgård fucking kills the dog, man.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. It's much more of a I think in that one, even though I've not seen it, but from what I've heard of it, there is no real moral ambiguity about the character in the original. He is an immoral person. He is a bad guy.
Yeah, and from what I've seen of the villain in the original version, he is a little bit more morally ambiguous because when he killed the girl, it was an accident, and that's right. I mean, and it makes you think, which is the antagonist and which is the protagonist. Whereas in this, we do have the clear delineation between the antagonist and protagonist. I think maybe in the original, perhaps there's, we think one is the other, and then there's a little bit of a crossover when we get to see the circumstances in which the girl was killed by accident, and then we start to see the level of immorality in the cop. But this one, I think there's definitely a clear delineation. Yeah, and because, like you said, I mean, we do get more of an idea here, don't we? Because he's done a bad thing, but he does feel guilty about it. But Finch, though, he's willing to pass the buck. He's willing to not take any responsibility for his actions.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, he has more sympathy for himself than he does for the victim.
Yeah, I know. He's kind of this lonely sort of. He is kind of like basically what the left like to call an incel in a way, but
yeah.
But it shows just how mundane this town is as well, because now we've got the story of Kay's death that's been going on the radio for hours as well, because they aren't used to it. And she sort of ends up becoming this kind of someone he can open up to a little bit as well when it starts really getting to him.
Yeah.
But yeah, God, these fucking shots. I mean, I felt like I wanted to go to sleep just watching this as well, not because it was boring. It was because I just felt just as exhausted as Pacino did.
Yeah. Do you know, one of the things I noticed about watching this again last night, after doing the Toxic Thursday, as I was watching it, I thought, this could have been directed by David Fincher. This could have been a Fincher movie. It had that feel about it. Although the cameras weren't particularly low. I mean, Fincher likes to position his cameras pretty low, but it felt very Fincher to me.
Yeah, it does have that very sort of slow. Every shot has this very unnerving atmosphere.
Yeah. Not a single wasted shot. Every shot means something. This is when, you have movie directors like Christopher Nolan, whether you like his later stuff or not, he certainly knows the language of film. He knows about composition. He knows how to set a shot up.
And he really does put you in the mind of Pacino's character. You feel like you're losing your mind just as much as him. And so he's only been here like 2 days. That's how bad. That's how bad it is for people who just aren't used to the constant brightness of this town.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it must be horrendous, mustn't it? It must be absolutely horrendous. You can't imagine, what it's like to be in extreme cold, extreme brightness all the time, or extreme dark.
Proper sunshine as well, because sunshine does do a lot. Getting a lot of sun does benefit you as well. And if you're in a town where you're not getting a lot of sun, it's not good. It's just not good.
Yeah.
But she's already questioning him a little bit as well, because it shows just how fucking smart she is as well, and how much potential is not being realized until now. And he's obviously playing it like, he's praising her as well. He's not trying to stonewall her or anything, because if he stonewalls her, he's obviously going to come across suspicious.
Yeah,
and I think he does admire her as well. He likes the fact that she's still this moral cop that hasn't been sullied yet by the job.
Yeah. And I think you're right in what you said earlier. I think the pair of you had said, he kind of sees a little bit of himself in her. Perhaps in his early days as a cop, dealing with smaller cases and working on his first big murder case. But there's a kind of I wouldn't say a naivety to her, but there's definitely an innocence about her. And she also wants to think the best of him. And to a degree, he wants her to think the best of him. And I think he's kind of a little bit frightened of maybe her discovering. I think it's more of a personal thing that he's more frightened of her discovering, because he doesn't want her to look upon him as, maybe a fallen hero, a dirty cop. Yeah,
because I thought I was going to say now, but
sorry, mate. Sorry.
I do agree. It's I had something in my head, and now it's gone. But
sorry, mate. Sorry, that's me jabbering on.
Yeah, but this is a good little scene that sees that he is still a good guy. He's still very good at interacting with people as well. Because he's got this. Yeah, this copper has never been shot before as well, and he's sort of like, listen, I've been there before. Believe me, you're going to be fine. So, yeah. So he's obviously interrogating him a little bit as well, seeing if he had anything about the shots. And he's like, no, I kept my head down. So he's like, okay, so I've got one guy that's probably not going to nail me here. So
yeah.
I love this line as well. What were we doing around in the fog is like, come on, what do you think we were doing it for our health? We're chasing someone, because he's trying to sort of like stop this guy from feeling guilty that he fucked up. And it's like, no, you didn't, mate. You were doing your job. Sometimes shit happens, and the most important thing is just to get the killer, no matter what. Yeah, so she's already shown to be very sharp as well, and very observant. She's kind of doing the crime scene, and these little bits do add a little bit of levity as well, where these guys are like lying down, and it's like, can I get up? I'm freezing my nuts off here.
Yeah, I mean, she comes across as being not a bit of a know-it-all, but certainly I suppose the A student.
She's
this little precinct.
Yeah, she's dedicated, isn't she? She loves doing this job. She lives for this job. It gives her meaning. Anytime she gets to do some police work, and this is like a big thing as well. She's actually doing a big case here, so she's getting a high from this. Yeah. She is, but of course that high is going to come down, because she's going to start to see a little bit more that who he really is, and he may not be the hero she's worshipping, like you've mentioned before. So. And once again we get that the hallucinations as well, where he starts to see his partner as well in the field, and then he looks away and his partner's not there anymore. So once again, all done visually. Come on, Nolan, do more of this. You don't need to do pages and pages of exposition dump. Just sell the scene and trust your audience.
Yeah. And there's nothing, that's a really good point to make, because there's nothing I wouldn't say this is an uncomplicated story. And I think in later films, perhaps he tries to be a little bit too complicated. He likes to complicate things, to make things overly complicated. Maybe
Yeah, I think he
to
gets a bit
wave
too
these,
ambitious sometimes.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
and I'm all
waving
for it,
the
because-
smart guy banner a little bit too much. I think sometimes.
Yeah, and I like Christopher Nolan because he does seem to
Mm.
be a guy that actually wants to make a film, not just to score
Yeah.
points. Even though I am kind of questioning the Odyssey a little bit though, because I don't know if it was they said you had to have this box done, otherwise we won't get the movie made. But I don't know, man. I don't know. It's we'll see anyway. I hope the Odyssey is good though. I really do.
I'll tell you about it one day.
Yeah. Yeah, when it comes out. So yeah, this obviously we're gonna find something about the they got to find out the clue about the 38 as well, and this is where he gets a call from the IA prick who's been pretty much investigating him, and is like and yeah, obviously he tells him what was going to happen, and I just love how he fucking just owns this guy as well. It's like, yeah, you're always safe behind some desk reading some bullshit reports because you didn't have the balls to be a real fucking cop, and that is why I have nothing but contempt for you.
Isn't it a great little monologue? And I'm sure that this is that these kind of boots on the ground cops. I'm sure they all have these sorts of feelings about desk jockeys. I'm sure they do.
Yeah, fucking bureaucrats, everything.
Yeah, the bureaucratic side of things. Yeah.
Especially ones that have political motivations as well.
Yeah.
Just that, you risk nothing and spend all day sucking the marrow out of real cops. That's so good.
It's great.
Really
it's a
good.
great little monologue.
I know, and it's something that is still happening today. It's been happening for fucking God knows how many decades. Real coppers trying to do their jobs, then some fucking self-righteous bureaucrat who's got his little clipboard and file facts or whatever is just who's never had any real experiences, just berating them like every copper is the bad guy, and it's disgusting. It really is. And there is some bad cops out there, but sometimes going out on the street trying to take down criminals isn't morally clear all the time. There's always going to be situations you're going to find yourself with that aren't always going to be that you can't hesitate to do. That you got to make a choice.
That's right. I think that goes for all kinds of law enforcement, whether in the United States, whether it's federal enforcers or the cops. And over here, the Met and various other regional forces, whether, let's just say, for example, in the face of something, a tragic situation happens where somebody unfortunately gets killed. And of course, everybody happens to be filming that situation, and it's morally ambiguous right up to the point where some newer evidence comes out of that person, being the kind of person that they really are, showing exactly what they really are. Spitting on those people and kicking their cars and making abusive comments and screaming in their faces and all of that kind of stuff. And then you kind of think, maybe you're not quite the angel of mercy, but I suppose we have to wait for inquiries after things like that, don't we?
It's fucking The more we get rid of red tape, the fucking better. All it does is just make it harder for people to actually do their jobs.
Yeah.
So obviously he's got to swap the bullet round and everything and that to cover his track. So he just gets to 38 and just nails it in this dead dog before pulling it out. So now he's got to act fast. He's got to swap it round, everything. Yeah. And once again, it's all visually done as well. You can tell this is not his first rodeo as well. He's investigated crime scenes. He's known. And because and this is really clever as well. This kind of gives them a little bit of an easy way to do it as well, because they can't identify the bullets. They're more used to identifying rifle shell, something like that. Yeah. So they can't really tell the difference between a 38 or a P9 or whatever. It's Yeah, he nearly falls asleep fucking running this woman over as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, wants to check around Randy, and once again visually good storytelling as well. Just every little noise is just kind of going right through him as well.
Yeah. I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm really glad you mentioned that because I was listening to the sound design. It really kind of rocked me. The level of genius in the sound design of this movie was just stunning. When I had a decent pair of headphones on, and I could hear every tiny little thing, and it was incredible. Just amazing sound design in this movie. And I'm sure the guy who did the sound design must be an award winner. There's no question. I think it's quite something. It's beautiful sound design.
I know, because it kind of goes right through him as well. It's
yeah.
I know, and these are sounds that wouldn't bother you, but because he's had no sleep, his mind is fucking fried from everything.
That's right.
And you feel it as well. I mean, it's all done. The way it's shot, the way, like you said, the sound design, everything. It's just, it really puts you into that point of view, making you feel like you're losing your mind just as much as
It's the way it gives you, the sounds are heightened, aren't they? It doesn't necessarily mean that the volume is cranked up in any way, but the sounds feel much more heightened, I think, in this. It's great. It's great. Lovely to watch. Lovely to listen to.
Yeah. Now, this is one bit that kind of almost puzzled me, but I think it adds to the ambiguity as well, because it's like, be sure of your facts before you files. This wouldn't want to get anything wrong, do we? And it's like, I don't know, he probably could have gotten away with it if he just said nothing, but I think maybe he does want to see her succeed and actually maybe discover what's happened as well. But he's giving us good advice as well at the same time as well, because obviously he does want to see her succeed and actually have a good career in the force.
Yeah, I think you're right. He definitely identifies her as being somebody who is, quote unquote, a good cop. And he definitely doesn't want anything to sully her career, to be a blot on her copybook throughout her career. But also, what you were saying a short time ago about, does he want her to discover what's really going on? I think,
man,
he's definitely torn, isn't he? He is definitely torn. There's a push and pull within him.
And once again, she takes the advice. She just investigates even more, trying to find out every little detail. Anything they could have missed, just in case.
Yeah.
I think when I think of this part of the movie, I think of I mentioned before True Detective, the one that takes place in Alaska, but I also think of this first season of True Detective when Matthew McConaughey's character is explaining to other detectives that are looking into him, saying, everybody wants to confess, everybody wants that cathartic release, everybody wants to unburden themselves, and and even if the end result is I'm going to lose my job or my wife or my lover or my husband or go to prison due to it, no one wants to walk around with that heavy guilt. They want to unburden and free themselves of that thing, of whatever it is that they're holding onto. And in this case, a crime that they've done, and worse yet, a crime that they not only did, but a crime that they've covered up.
I think this is
most murderers end up kind of confessing anyway.
Almost everybody can. Anyone that you see in prison is almost certainly confessed or taken a deal. So very, very few times, especially somebody with like a good. So they've almost always talked. People always talk. Very, very seldom does someone like keep it down.
I think you have, the confessors kind of fall into one of two categories. I think they fall into either category one, which is somebody who genuinely wants to unburden themselves because they feel, their conscience, their morality is at stake. Okay, and the others are the gloaters that want to confess to something that they've done because they're proud of what they've done.
Sure.
You know, these flip sides of the same kind of confession coin, if you like. I'd like to think that most people would like to unburden themselves, as you were saying just a minute ago. That most people would like to unburden themselves of something.
Regular people, psychopaths.
Yeah, regular people. Yeah,
A sociopath or a psychopath's probably not going to. Like you said, they might gloat about it, but they certainly won't put themselves in a situation where, they're going to, tell the truth and put themselves in, some sort of harm's way. Like, but some people just can't live with it. It's that the old fable of the telltale heart, isn't it?
Yeah.
They keep hearing the beating of the heart, and they know that there's something to say, but some people don't. Some people can just put it somewhere, put it in a little room, and but that's the exception, not the rule.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and it kind of leads to this as well with Finch, because he kind of does want to tell someone, but at the same time, he wants to get away with it. He wants to kind of feel absolved from that burden in a way as well, and not have the responsibility of dealing with the fact that he has taken the life of a young girl. And this is the first interaction they have with each other as well. I mean, and it's very sinister. It's like, you still can't sleep. Just those first lines. And yeah, he's obviously, and this is a character who obviously likes to talk a lot as well. I mean, so it shows exactly who this character is as well, doesn't he? And he's always, and this is where Christopher Nolan does go a little bit with the exposition, but it makes sense for Finch's character as well, because he's a guy that's trying to sort of justify what he's doing. So
yeah, and of course, you're right. It's justifiable exposition. It's not.
Yeah, and he's a writer as well, isn't he? He's like an author as well, so he wants to articulate what he's articulate, doesn't he?
I also think I think it's a little also in this with Finch. I think it's closer. I mean, two things can be true at once, but I also think that it's this guy wants to show off a little bit. Like, look what I did. Look how clever I was.
Yeah.
Look how they want to have some kind of someone to talk to, someone to gloat to, someone to show off to, someone to
and that whole kind of we're the same, you and me. We're the same.
Yeah, you've done a bad thing and you want to get away with it. I've done a bad thing and I need to get away with it as well. It's and we said this earlier as well. The difference is Will does feel some fucking guilt here as well. He is haunted by what he's doing. And there is a part of him that kind of wants to do the right thing, but at the same time is worried about the consequences that will happen later. While Finch, he just wants to pass the buck, he kind of like creates these mental gymnastics that it was an accident, but we all know better. He beat her for 10 minutes, as we found out later. And this is where it tells him, yeah, I saw you shoot your partner. And that's why I dropped the gun. But obviously he's trying to, like, I don't know what you think. So I was like, listen, I saw it, mate. I saw it. The game's up. I've got you by the fucking balls. But he's not going to let him go that easily as well. He's still going to try and track this guy down if he can, because he's still a cop at the end of the day, and a little girl is still being murdered.
Yeah,
he still has to do his job.
And he may also be thinking that if he can do this, if he can solve this, if he can fix this, if he can he may also be thinking this would be a redemption for him in some ways. He may also be thinking, what if I pulled a win out of this? Like, if nothing else, whether my superiors back home are glad that I did it, or whether or not that the townspeople are, or whatever, I might feel some sort of cathartic release by, solving this. I can pull something good out of this muck, so to speak.
I kind of agree with that as well, because I mean, because he is still a cop. He still cares about the people that have died. He still cares that he doesn't want to see scumbags get away with doing bad things, So he's still got that moral compass, hasn't he? And but unlike moral compasses from the teenagers here, I mean, Christ, this girl who's supposed to be this girl's friend has been sleeping with her boyfriend as well, and probably been doing it while she was dating him. So
Well, I mean, that's just teenage
Yeah.
girls. Though. Teenage
Yeah.
girls, they're just whores. They're just whores.
I know he can already smell the bullshit on her as well. Like she's giving all the things. She was my best friend. She had a smile on her face, and I definitely wasn't fucking her boyfriend. You know, I definitely didn't think she was a slut. But he doesn't miss a thing, though, does he? And she's already questioning him. She already knows something is up there as well, because later she woke up looking at the photo.
God, this guy's got such a punchable face. I just want to punch him in the face.
We were talking about this with Inside Man as well. Yeah, he may not have killed Kay, but he probably will kill some women in the future one day. Who knows?
Right.
Yeah, he's definitely not a nice guy. He's definitely not a sweetheart. He's a proper asshole. He's very violent. He's paranoid, jealous, everything. He's full of himself. It's like, yeah, he's one day he'll do something bad, even though he's innocent now. And yet she is a total fucking whore as well, because she's willing to go with this older cop as well, who's had more excitement and seen a lot more stuff as well, you know, even though he kind of looks like a bloody granddad. But he knows she's bullshitting as well. He knows that, you know, and look, she smiles as well. It's like, everyone's giving me such attention because I'm grieving over my friend, and you slut. Yeah. Yeah, well, slut, man. But obviously, he keeps asking about Kay because he's obviously trying to get a read on her as well, just so he knows how to sort of like get a confession out of her as well psychologically. So, but she sees that she's a girl who likes excitement, so I kind of like how he calls out her bullshit by nearly fucking crashing into a truck, and after that she's like, "No, I don't want to go with the exciting older cop now. You're a total psycho." And yep, takes it down to where they found the body, and he really lays it on as well. This is your friend. They found a rat in garbage bag. And then she says, "Okay, we had an argument because she thought she was better than us, and she was going to leave someone, but she was seeing someone else, and but she never told him. All she did was tell him a name, and it was a fake one, which we found out later is a character from Finch's book, which I thought was a nice little touch as well." Huh. So yeah, she breaks down.
I thought she looked familiar. She's the
she does look familiar. Yeah.
She was in well, she's been in a lot of shit actually, but
I know
she was in no, she was in the I don't know if you ever seen it, Disturbing Behavior movie. She was in that.
I don't know about that, but I'm sure I might have seen her in some TV show.
She's Freddy versus Jason as well. So I don't know if I don't ever saw Freddy.
Oh wait, was she right at the beginning before that guy got turned into a human sandwich in the bed? I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought I recognised that. Yeah. But I might have seen her in something else. But she's a little bit older now. You know, it really does.
Yeah, she's all used up and been smoking. She's
oh shit, man. Oh, that's a letdown. She was good looking here. She was really good looking.
Yeah, she's great. Yeah, 20-something years ago. Yeah, she was a good. I'm sure she was a good time, but she's probably
yeah. Yeah, I just love how she's fucking crying now. It's like, Jesus, you're happy now, you fucking asshole. You traumatized me, and it's like, okay, let's go. So they looked through the evidence again and found out, Brody was the character in a guy's book that she was reading, and so now they have another lead. So yeah, and Dom and Finch has actually been kind of like he does. He's really trying to relate to him in a way, isn't he? He's trying to sort of get him to come to his side a little bit. Listen, I know what you're going through. We're me and you, we're kind of sleep deprived brothers, you know, sleep deprived, murdering, trying to get away with it, brothers. You know, we can help each other. You know, I can help you out of your jam, and you can help me out of mine.
I think that might be true, but I think it's also true that he's just
how you doing, man? Yeah,
I think he's fucking with trying to keep Dormer on the back foot. So to
Yeah,
speak.
yeah, and also he's trying to give him something that is going to connect them as well. He's trying his hardest to convince him that they have a connection. But again, back to the name of Will Dormer. I think it's a really smart choice of name because of dormir being the French for sleep, and dormer being the Spanish and the Portuguese for sleep, and dormire. Dormire being the Italian.
Coming out of retirement to come say hi. What's up,
massive
Nat?
well, glad to be here. Wear me spoons. Berenowitz, I hope I pronounced your name right. I do apologize if I do get it wrong, but welcome. I hope everyone's having fun. I forgot to mention Anna Nielsen. Thanks for coming on. Darth Plato, I know you had to jump out earlier. And who else am I missing?
Is it Baronow Wise? Is that the right Baronow Wise?
Yeah, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. Baronow Wise, Baronowitz. I do apologize. If you don't mind, okay, just try and let us know how to pronounce it, and we'll try our best not to fuck it up even more. And Joshua Floors, I forgot to mention you earlier, but glad to have you here. Unless you've jumped out anyway, but
I just for the record, I make no such promises. You can tell me, I may mispronounce it on purpose. Because I'm toxic, and you got your head all the way up it.
Yeah, so now he knows who this guy is, and he might be able to find him. So William Fitch, obviously, is this local author. Is obviously these like little sort of like independent authors, or maybe one of those authors from the who does the Darmstore novels that still have its fans. Yeah, did Capuchino ever do a comedy role other than Dick Tracy?
Yeah, that movie with Ben Affleck and J-Lo.
Yeah, was it Gigi? Gleegly?
Geely?
Yeah. Yeah, I've only seen one clip, and that's probably with the. I've seen two clips. Jennifer.
I would say probably Frankie and Johnny's a comedy role.
I only saw a little bit of that. Yeah, but it was pretty big.
That's a good movie.
Yeah, I need to rewatch that again. Pacino and Michelle Pfeiffer reunited since Scarface. Yeah. It's turkey time. Gabble gabble. Yeah, definitely a movie that really got people hating Affleck and J-Lo when they were together. Yeah, he had a bad time in the early 2000s. He really did. So obviously he's going to go solo as well because, he can't have fucking others getting involved in this as well because they're going to find out. And so it looks, So this is good work as well. They got these great shots as well. I mean, these towns almost become little characters within themselves, don't they?
Yeah, that's the small town that I'm in is very atmospheric in that way. Like you go out at night, you're 100% expecting vampires to jump off the roof. So, like one of those kind of towns.
I need to rewatch that again. That was such a good film. It is.
All the villagers that live in my town all work for me, so they're all either groundsmen or servants. So
nice.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
have you got there, my lord? What's the meaning of that name of that book? Is it Slapdash? What's the meaning for that? Shut up, you dirty peasants! Get back to picking up my rubbish. Sorry, my lord.
Yeah, I've got them all digging cesspits at the moment. So
as you should.
As I should. Yeah.
Okay. What were we talking about, Rebel Rose? You had a bad time.
About Ben Affleck. You said he had a bad.
Oh yeah. No, he kind of he did kind of come, but when he came back with Gone Baby Gone, I was like, okay, Affleck is cool. Affleck is cool.
Yeah, he's listen, I'd fold for. If it's J-Lo, man, what do you like? Do you know the stuff that I would do to get J-Lo? Like, it's very good. I'll poop on the flag for J-Lo. I don't care. Like,
I know, man. We didn't care that she was a horrible person. Fucking hell, she was like one of the most stunning people on the planet. It was like, damn, man.
Yeah.
Oh wait, yeah, Christopher Walken was in Glee as well. He did that fucking pie monologue thing. It's really weird. Has anyone noticed that Elon Omar talks like Christopher Walken? Fraud, you guys! You guys are crazy. You're talking to me all wrong. You do it again. I'll stick you in the face with a soldering iron.
That's actually not bad Christopher Walken impression right there.
Is
I
it,
thought
man?
I thought that was Christopher Lee. Actually.
You got
Yeah, see if you can do it, Christopher Lee. Fraud, you guys. You guys are crazy. You're talking to me all wrong. You do it again. I'll
have
stick
to
you
be
in the
bar.
face with a soldering iron.
See, with Christopher Walken, you gotta do the voice that you were doing, but you gotta add in like he's just like you do it again. I'll stick you in the face with a soldering iron because he brings it down to a whisper.
Christopher Walken, never change your bloody
Never
wheel.
change, Chris Walken.
Yeah.
Never change.
Yeah, so he's obviously going to try and nail this guy before he can nail him, but of course the fucking dog's getting away, the damn dogs, and so now already he's knowing he's gathering every information he can as well. He's looking for whatever he can find on him that might connect him, but he's got to be quick, obviously, because he knows the guy's going to come back. But he does come back, so now he has to get this. He gets this sort of like old Starsky and Hutch style chase. And then he falls in the fucking water. Oh shit. And it's fucking intense as well. I mean, he's got the logs kind of obstructing him from trying to reach air. It's Christ, man. I was pretty much holding my breath during this scene as well.
Yeah, it was, I always find any sort of underwater scenes like this pretty grueling to watch. You do get a little bit of a panic on, I think.
Yeah, because I think half the time the actors do a little bit because they're in the tanks themselves for real, aren't they? So they are actually having to sort of like sometimes hold their breath and then take some breathers during takes, all that stuff. But a bit of editing, you feel like you're going to drown with them.
It's amazing actually watching actors shoot in a water tank. It's a really interesting process because it is obviously it's always safety first, and there are always divers there. There's always a diver, a couple of divers with airlines, and there are extra airlines that have been dropped in there. So if they want to stay down there, if they need a diver, there's signals and everything. But they're incredibly safe places for the actors. But personally, I wouldn't want to do it.
Yeah,
you know what I thought about? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Toxic. Anyway,
you know what I thought about with this scene? I thought about Landman season 1, where the guy is mad and jumping up and down on those poles that are tied together, and then they collapse and he falls into them. So I was like, even though I'd already watched this movie and I know what happened, I was waiting for something like that to happen.
Yeah, sure. He always wanted to be a lumberjack. Cue the song. Ha I'm okay. Ha Monty Python. Ha. West Robin Williams. I do apologize. Rest in peace, man. Rest in peace, man. One of the few celebrities that we are still fucking sad to see gone. Really sad.
Yeah, no, yeah. I'd trade every celebrity we've lost in all the years of all the celebs that we've lost since we've lost Robin Williams, which is now 16 fucking years, by the way. Is that right? No, that can't be right.
No, 2014, 12 years.
12 years. I went to Florida. I went to Florida high school.
No, it was earlier than that. I think it was
2014. It's 2014.
2014, really?
Yeah. So, in all the celebs, I would take all the celebs we've lost since we lost Robin Williams, and I would trade them for Robin Williams. Easy. Not even. I wouldn't even have to think about it.
I agree because it's gone to a point where we just don't give a shit about what celebrities think now, but they keep persisting that we should care what we think. They think, sorry. So obviously he's got no other place to go. So okay, he knows the suspect's not going to come back to the place anytime soon. So why not get a change of clothes? Get out of there before he dies of fucking pneumonia or hypothermia or whatever. And obviously, Walter already knows he's at the house as well because, where else is he going to go? And he leaves him this little message as well. It's like, get a change of clothes, relax, everything, take some sleeping pills, get some sleep. Yeah. But he's also letting him know that, there's no evidence, you can't connect me, but I still have you. I can still use this against you. So meet me on the ferry tomorrow.
Careful on the slide speed there, bud.
They're
playing the movie.
Yeah, these slides are very good. I mean, Nix has really outdone himself. Yeah. Before you leave, could you feed the dogs? They're on a diet. So once again, he finds another place to hide the weapon as well. So she's already on the ball as well. She's already cracking the case, and she's coming pretty close as well. And
do you find her attractive?
Well, Hilary Swank, I used to find her a little bit attractive back in the day. I thought she was kind of cute. Yeah.
I never thought she was cute until I saw the Boys Don't Cry and she gets essayed. And that was a hot. That I watched that multiple times.
Yeah, she does look much better as a boy than the fucking Elliot Page does. So I'll give her that. She's Yeah, but she fucking killed it back in the early 2000s. She was. I mean, she had a Real Boys Don't Cry with, I think it was in 98, 99, I think.
She was great in The Hunt. She's that came out in 2020. She's really good in that.
I'm going to have to check that out as well. Is that the Mads Mikkelsen one, or is it a remake?
Nah, it's that one that got banned because everybody thought it was about Trump, and it wasn't about Trump, and it turned out to just be about liberals hunting down people they thought were MAGA, and then the one person they have the toughest time with isn't MAGA. She's a former paratrooper.
I'm going to have to check it out then. So we've got 2 movies with The Hunt that is on my list now.
Yeah. Watch the one that I just described. It's much better.
Yeah. But this is a really great exchange as well between, he's trying to sort of impress him a little bit as well, isn't he? And he's not, he is not fucking buying it 1 second. I mean, he fucking berates him. You're a lousy writer, lonely freak. So he's trying to get to him a little bit as well, isn't he? Because,
this reminds me when I met Leroy Peters in real life. We had a discussion on a ferry, and I was like,
"You're a shitty writer, Leroy, and you're a racist as well."
Shit, man. But
you're never coming on my show again.
Also earlier, Rebel sort of mentioned about my mouse clicking. I've just taken it a little bit away from the microphone now, so hopefully it's not going too bad. So
Enhance.
Just print the damn thing.
But it does give you more insight into this character as well. Like he's not only against the police force here, he actually admires them, which is a very dangerous enemy to have. Someone who admires you and actually knows what you do and how you think as well is definitely someone that is not to be messed with.
Well, I agree. Well, I do agree that he probably does know how they think. I don't think he admires them. I don't think. No. I think that's a bit of blarney on his part. I think you have to take every single thing that Finch says
with a pinch of salt. That is sort of bullshitting as well, trying to get him to come over to his side a little bit.
Yeah, I think he's really working him from Jump Street. You know what I mean? I think he's really just sort of telling him the bullshit in order to I really admire police. I wanted to be a cop myself one day, blah, 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 blah. And but unfortunately, I'm from another planet called Orc. And I was Popeye once. Wait, hold on. Thing. But no, I think he's just a pure psychopath. And I think keep in mind, he's a writer. So he knows how to just make up bullshit. He makes up characters that talk to each other. You got to think how schizophrenic you got to be a writer. You got to have characters that are not real, talking to each other about things that didn't happen and doing a thing that doesn't exist. So, I mean, not throwing any shade at my profession, but I'm just saying.
No, that is actually a good point. That is a really good point. It's like, oh, Jesus, is this not sharing? Let's give him up. See what's happening here. Let's try and share it again. See if it goes.
Once you got to make sure you remove that. Here, let me remove the clip completely.
Oh yeah.
Because sometimes when you put one clip, I've had that problem myself. I had one clip on, then I can't get back to the thing that I was sharing. Yep.
Here we go. It's got up. Yeah. It's just still getting used to it a little bit. Still getting used to it.
Yeah. All this tech. Yeah. It's technologica. It's better.
But that is a good point as well. So it does kind of, there is that other sort of like, that other conclusion to him as well. Is he telling the truth or is he bullshitting just to sort of like to convince him to come over to his side? And yeah, he is a writer, and it kind of makes sense that he's monologuing as well, which is something that Christopher Nolan's brother Jonathan can have trouble doing a bit too much times, but it makes sense for him. Yeah. So RT and Z, how you doing, man? Sorry I can't join you bastards today. Anyone heard of this gritty crime novel Slapdash? Plot meanders a little at first, but once you get inside the main character's head, you can't put it down. I think they said the same thing about the history of glue as well. So
RR obviously got my Cash App that I sent him. Hey, we haven't talked about Slapdash, although I sent him 50 and he only spent 10 of it. You cheap bastard. Good Lord.
Yeah, thanks for the super chat, man. It is greatly appreciated. Any small amount is appreciated. And even if you can't, no problem, as long as we have a good laugh talking about this movie. And Robin Williams, he's just so chilling as well. The way he says it as well, just so calm as well, with like less emotion. I mean, that is pure psychopathic behavior. He's just got this. He's almost like an android in a way, who just happens to have this, this great articulate mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, the things he says as well. I knew the locals would connect me to Kay, but I don't care. I could connect them, and God, these are chilling lines as well. They never look in the eyes of a killer. Killing changes you. You know that. It's like, fuck, man. He never meant to do it, but yeah, he meant to do it.
I really think that we should have more comedians turning in roles of them becoming a killer. Like I think comedians are able to tap into something that even maybe a standard, and I'm not throwing shade at regular actors, but I think that because being a comedian and thinking on your feet that quickly, and most comedy comes from darkness, as you know, I've told stories of my traumatic past, but people laugh at them and they think
they are hilarious, those of you.
Yeah, they are. But I think that there's always a darkness in comedic actors.
Right. There is.
And I found, like, Jim Carrey did that movie where he was it was a funny movie, The Cable Guy, but he was also like a sociopath in it. And then he did that other one where he's like Satan is possessed him or some shit like that. I think there's always the darkness in some of these guys that we find the most funny, because darkness can come from pain, and they all have this kind of pain they're trying to exercise by being the class clown and like that. I think we do well to see more comedic type actors. I'm not saying I want to see. I'm not saying I want to see Carrot Top do a revival of Hannibal.
That would be an idea to try out. I'll be curious to see if he could do it.
I mean, you never know. You never know.
Although I would like to see less of Eddie Izzard, if I'm completely honest.
Eddie Izzard has, but he has done that, hasn't he?
He has. I'd rather he didn't.
Oh, you'd rather he didn't?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I did watch. Did anyone watch that Jack Whitehall one where he's stalking David Duchovny and trying to ruin his life? He's really not convincing. He's just not convincing.
I found him pretty compelling. I know it was sort of a comedic movie in and of itself, but I did find him. I thought he was pretty good in Mystery Men as one of the thugs.
Yeah. He was good in that that World War II comedy, wasn't he? Valkyrie. I was hilarious in that.
I didn't see that.
The
Oh,
one
is it?
about,
Eddie Izzard. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, he was absolutely hilarious in that.
Oh, fucking
Um,
Mystery Men though. It's been a while since I've seen it, but God, that was good, man. That was a funny movie.
Yeah,
It was a really good-
I did a
yeah.
Mystery Men stream with the Gourd King a few years ago, and we had a really good time talking about that. That's actually his favorite movie. I don't even does he even stream anymore? I haven't seen Gourd King in a
Yeah, no, he's been very quiet, hasn't he? I mean, I think the last thing I watched from him was his Terminator review, where he mostly just berates Sarah Connor for being a fucking terrible driver because she's a woman. It's
yeah.
she is as well. How many times does she crash the fucking car in that movie?
I mean, to be fair, she was probably suffering from some sort of vaginal staph infection from the fact that Kyle Reese put on that bum's pants and raw dogged it through most of the movie, running around, getting in gunfights and stealing cars and doing shit, and then fucking like I maybe he took a shower before they boned, but I feel like he didn't. So I don't know, man.
We don't have showers in the future. In the future, a yeast infection is an aphrodisiac.
Yeah. We don't have a lot of food in the future, so when you get a yeast infection, we just let the loaves bake themselves. So all right.
Yeah.
Good quality entertainment here on the Bastards Breakdown. Thank you.
We don't
Join
take
us,
things too seriously. I know
join us next week, and we'll be talking about Schindler's List.
Yeah, well, we'll try and make a fucking good laugh out of that then. Who knows? But I love how, once again, he's a hardened cop. He's seen this all before. You're just another fucking pathetic freak that's just trying to justify what he's done, and that's it. And that's it. Is you're about as much of a mystery to me as a toilet is to a plumber, which is another great line.
That's a good line. I wish I would have wrote that line. That's a fucking good one. That is a good one.
I know, because he's trying to make himself like he's making himself out like he's something special. Why? Because he did a good job of sort of covering his tracks. It's that doesn't mean fuck all. That just means you're another scumbag who happens to be very good at covering his tracks. That's it. But he does kind of cut through Will a little bit as well, because he listen. I think there's a part of you that meant to kill your partner. Is what you did any more of an accident than what I did to Kay? But yeah, and he is a pretty crafty individual as well, because he knows he's had to adapt and think fast as well to get himself out of this situation, and he's now got leverage on him now.
But not quite the leverage he thinks that it is.
No. Yeah, he thinks he's more cleverer than he is, and that's another thing about psychopaths as well, who are clever. They're not as clever as they think they are.
Yeah, I think there's some sort of saying in the manual that anyone that commits a murder, you've already made at least 36 mistakes or something like 30. It's like some crazy high number of like 36 to 62 or something, ways that you've just given yourself away that you can't possibly account for. So.
Yeah, no, because even the serial killers that managed to get away for a few years ended up getting caught eventually. I mean, very rare was. I think the only one that probably didn't get caught was the Zodiac killer, but it's really unsure, mate. That still seems to be a mystery at the moment.
And Jack the Ripper.
Yeah, Jack the Ripper. Yeah. Then again, when you got royal family connections, of course you're going to get away with it.
Yeah.
I think there's something like 270 odd different suspects, and every single one of those different stories and suspects are credible. It's just that for me is just not every part of it is nonsense.
I like the fact that I think Family Guy answered it pretty well when they did the past lives thing, when the chick looked into the past lives and she looked into Glenn Quagmire's, and it was like Augie London. It's like giggity. Sorry.
Yeah. I keep thinking of the South Park episode where the parents are into Metapon. It's like, listen, I'm not going to kill your mother, because if I do, I'm not even going to hire someone to kill her, because if I do, I'd have to kill him, because by the time 10 times they end up confessing to the crime anyway. So yeah, so obviously he's got to get a patsy now as well, and the only person who seems to be suitable for it is Connell. And it's looking like Pacino. He's kind of almost going along with it, but at the same time, his mind is so frazzled. I don't even think he's meaning to either. I just think he's just so bloody tired and exhausted now that he's just not being himself. He's not taking any full-on willpower. Maybe he's just lost the willpower as well to resist a little bit.
Or is this him playing Finch?
It could be as well. I mean, once again, it's very ambiguous as well. He could be playing Finch, but at the same time, is he just he's so mentally exhausted he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing here? And I like that. I like that ambiguity as well. Once again, visual storytelling, not telling us, showing us, and but letting us
trusting your audience to figure it out for themselves, one way or the other. And when I say, and let me be clear, when I say trusting your audience to figure it out for themselves, I mean a mystery that can be figured out, not some made up fucking conformity gate Stranger Things bullshit where you're just making up fan fiction stuff. I mean, like actually like, putting some thought into the material in which that we are presented with, I mean, maybe Dormer is considering it. Maybe Dormer's just playing him. Maybe, Finch's character really does in some way think that this is his way out, or maybe he's just trying to lure Dormer into a honeypot. We don't know. And I think it can be interpreted multiple ways, but it's not stuff that all the material, all the stuff where it's right there in front of us, and you can do with it what you will. And all right, shut up, Matt. That's an odd name. Shut up, Matt.
I like that one.
It's awesome, man. It's awesome.
Yeah,
it's been following me since the Red Dwarf streams as well.
Nice.
It's good to have him on. It's good to have him on.
Nice.
So yeah, but the thing is, though, it doesn't work as well, because then he pulls out a bloody tape recorder. So it's like, okay, so if he was planning to sort of lower him in, Finch has pretty much called his bluff here.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, she's kind of almost turning into Willie as well. She's working overtime. She's just trying to get all the details right, trying to see if she's missed anything. But then she finds something that fell behind earlier. But once again, you're questioning reality a little bit, just like him as well. He's like shutting all the curtains and the room, everything, and it's still so bloody bright for him, even though you find out later it's really, really dark. So obviously a little bit more like, I got you by the ball. Sorry I had to do that, but I just want to make sure that you're actually playing by my rules and I'm not playing by yours. And and he starts pretty much confessing to what what caused the beating as well. He kind of got he kind of got creepy on her as well. He kind of assumed that this underage girl would ever have a thing for him as well, and didn't just see him as this mentor figure.
Well, a lot of old guys get like that.
Yeah. But yeah, obviously it didn't go too well. He kissed her and she laughed at him, and he felt humiliated, and it gave her a good beating for 10 fucking minutes. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man. I mean, to quote Samuel L. Jackson in Jackie Brown, you could have just slapped her a little. But no. Or he shot her and for not shutting the fuck up like De Niro did. Who knows? But no, beat her 10 minutes. That's brutal. And once again, he still keeps saying, I didn't mean to kill her. I didn't mean to kill her. Like, he's convincing himself that he didn't mean to kill her. But once again, I love that. I just love that whole psychology. And it's all subtext as well. It's not spelt out. It's he's not saying, I'm convincing myself I didn't mean to kill her. No, he actually does. I think he does believe that he is a little bit innocent in this, even though he knows he did something wrong. Yeah. But that's the thing with psychos. They do kind of, they somehow contradict themselves.
Yeah.
Well, they're always it's how that mind has to work, or else it can't function. It's that lack of empathy for other people. It's that lack of accountability for yourself. It's that, this is when you look at these two characters, you've got Will can't sleep. He's overwhelmed with guilt for the things that he's done and the things that he will do and the things that he is doing. And then you have Finch, who has no real guilt. He's just trying to worm himself out of the situation, and more to the point, using Will's guilt against him. This is a brilliant detective. This is the big leagues. Whatever else Finch is, whether he's manipulative, whether he is intelligent, and I don't think that's in any kind of question, he's still a small town guy, and he's going head to head with like a big wig, smart, learned, and experienced LA detective or California detective. Anyway.
Although Al Pacino's hair, for the record, is all his own.
Nice. So you have these two characters that are diametrically opposed to one another, and the narrative that Finch keeps trying to sell to Dormer is hey, we're the same, you and I, we're on the same thing or whatever, and it's like, nah, we're not. You're a fucking piece of shit, and you're a killer, and I'm a detective, and maybe I've made some bad choices, but I'm not a fucking, because at the end of the day, what's gonna happen? This guy's not gonna stop killing. He can say whatever he wants to say, but he's gonna keep killing girls. He's a fucking creeper. He's obviously gonna keep doing this shit. So he's just trying to sell the narrative so that so Dormer will go along with his plan and help him get out of this shit. That's what he wants. And then when he's only left with like the podunk cops, and he can run circles around them. Maybe not. He may be surprised at what Hilary Swank's character could do later on down the line, but for the most part, he'd probably be able to, or at least move on to another. I know there's a whole bunch of little islands and shit around Alaska, and or go someplace else altogether. It doesn't matter as long as he gets out of the glue with this one. So,
yeah. And what I like about Williams' performance is that he plays him as a guy who doesn't think he's done anything wrong as well. He plays him like a victim, which I think makes it even creepier in a way. And I think that was really good.
I do wonder whether he actually does see himself as a victim, or whether he is very consciously chosen Dormer as his as his brother, his soulmate in these weird situations. That he was actually searching somebody out. That he needs Dormer, not just to get him off of the situation that he's actually in and divert attention onto the boyfriend, but I think he needs Dormer really more as his excuse. That he needs him, I think, more than Dormer needs Finch. It's just and I think gradually, I think Dormer is starting to realize that he can't be used, and he can't be facilitating something like this. And more and more his actual conscience is starting to get the better of him. He was always slightly torn, but now the weight is kind of in favor of him making his confession, making his coming clean about the situation, because he feels so morally corrupted and sullied by being in the presence of this man. He can't be associated, and I think this is what is driving him more to want to confess. Not wanting to be associated with this guy who has committed this horrific and horrible crime. He doesn't want to be the same as this guy. I think at first he maybe thought, our situations do align somewhat, but they're starting to become polar opposites now, in his mind.
Oh,
yeah. I forgot what I was going to say now, but yeah, it's.
I'm sorry about that, mate. I've done it again.
For what he, the way he just says after as well, because you can sort of tell, even though he knows he's done something wrong, he's still kind of burdened by what's happened, and it's the way he says, "I feel a lot better now. I can sleep now," and it's like that is really sinister as well. To the fact that he doesn't feel any guilt towards what he's doing. He just feels glad that he had someone to talk to about it. It's like it just makes you hate this character as well. And to answer the question on was he creepier in 1 Hour Photo or this, I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. It depends on
He's definitely creepier in 1 Hour Photo, but he's more evil and sinister in this. I don't think, I think, as you said, I think, or close to what you said, I think he was disturbed character in 1 Hour Photo, and it was very cringy and creepy. But ultimately, he was kind of toothless. He didn't really do anything to anybody.
Yeah, no, he's he mostly, he obviously had a traumatized past, and he was sort of like wanting to try and prevent the same thing happening to someone else, but it just got really out of hand as well. And you do almost kind of feel for him a little bit, but here you don't feel for this guy. I mean, Robin Williams plays him just sort of plays him with enough innocence, even though just to make the character a bit more fucking sinister and more menacing, which kind of works as well, because sometimes evil people don't realize they're evil. You know, and that's,
they don't care.
Yeah, or they don't care. Yeah, it's.
I know that I don't care.
Why be good when the bad guys have all the fun?
Yeah.
But I think
where's God when you need him? He's an absentee landlord.
Yeah. I think Finch actually thinks he's not a bad guy.
I don't see. I'm going to push back. I hate to keep doing this, Ethan, but we don't do echo chamber shit. I don't think he does. I think he knows that he's evil. I think he just wants. I think he wants Will to believe it. I think Will is his lever, his only real threat, per se. And I think he just wants Will to believe it. I don't think he believes that. I think he knows, because I think the ending of this movie shows us who Finch really is. I think the ending of this movie, I mean, it could be ambiguous up till then, but I think the ending of this film, which we're about to see here shortly, I think I think it shows us that he's like Hannibal Lecter in the early years. He's just getting warmed up. Damn, I'm getting better at Al Pacino as we do this.
That's really good. Yeah.
Yeah, so Hilary Swank basically seeing that he's not doing well, and she does that great line as well, like a good cop can't sleep because a piece of the puzzle is missing, and a bad cop can't sleep because his conscience won't let him. And it's like, who said that? It's like you did. It's like, yeah, it sounds like me. So she's obviously, I like how he smiles to her as well. It's like the first time you've seen him smile for a little bit. And,
she is the whether or not Finch is bringing him along into this bullshit, whether or not his lack of sleep and his guilt over the things that he has done and is doing are getting to him, whatever else is going on, Ellie, her character is she is the angel of his better nature, reminding him and reminding us of what it is to be a good honest, jobbing cop.
Yeah, good point. She's rather than the devil on his shoulder, she's the angel on his shoulder.
It's a good contrast as well. And I always kind of think that Finch might have some kind of insecurities as well from his teenage years. Like, he obviously did not get any fucking girlfriends at school. He probably got rejected a lot, and because you could sort of see he has this contempt for the teenager O'Connell anyway, and it's like, he probably reminds him of all the fucking jocks that used to get the girls that he wanted and never could have as well. And this is almost like his revenge in a way.
I like how that last clip, that last scene is blocked in that way, where you've got the two smart detectives strafing him on either side, but and then you've got the I don't want to say dumb detective, but you got the sort of the Nicky Cat, and that's good. Do you catch the Get Shorty idea of you put the suspect where the light is facing them in the eyes, and it puts them on the back foot a little bit during an interview. This is an interview technique, but you've got the two sharp detectives on either side of the desk in that manner, but you've got Ellie in the light, and you've got Al Pacino or Will in the darkness a little bit there. I like
because he's sort of the cop that's in the dark a bit now, isn't he? It's good little visual storytelling. I think that was used for Christopher Walken in at close range as well, because there's a lot of scenes where he's sat in a table and the light's shining through the window, and he's out of the spotlight as well. He's in the shadow.
God,
So,
I gotta watch that again. I watched that
Yeah.
a few years ago, and I gotta fucking watch that thing again. That is a great film.
it really is very underrated movie. Very underrated. So yeah, it's telling all the story about she had someone to mentor as well. She was having a bad time with her boyfriend and that, and I meant something to her. We were friends, and it's definitely not creepy, and I definitely wasn't hoping to fuck her, even though she was underage, and I was this middle-aged guy. And I love Al Pacino sort of like plays the bad cop because he has to sort of have an excuse to leave the room so he can plant the weapon in O'Connell's room. But you can tell he obviously feels this way about him as well. And it's like, you wanted to fuck her, didn't you? It's like, hey, she's a teenage kid. Well, it's like, teenage kid, 17. You wanted to fuck her, didn't you? You sick fuck. I like the line as well when he walks out and he's like, this and his, he's a good cop. He's like, yeah, see the bad cop. And the way he plays it as well, he plays it so innocently as well, which just makes you want to punch him even more. Yeah, Robin Williams, man, he really could sell the dark roles, and it's like he said, comedians really can play the dark roles, because if you look at a lot of comedians and their private lives, a lot of them really weren't very happy in real life. They had their demons, a lot of them, especially our British comedians. So yeah, this is where he mentions the gun as well, and he's obviously giving him little hints as well to where to plant it, which I think is really, he is very clever. He is very clever.
He is.
I think he is, but he is crafty. He's worked this all out. He knew how to cover his tracks with K, and so he's working. He's doing a good job working Dormer here as well.
Yeah,
and that. But at the same time, he's kind of some of the things he's asking are actually legit. Why didn't you come forward when she died? And it's like, well, we're trying to protect my friend. It's like, yeah, well, you tell him now, aren't you? It's because he is still berating him as well, like because he still hates him, doesn't he? I mean, he still wants to punch this guy as well for what he's doing. He wants to beat this guy.
But the genius of it is the fact that nothing of this is untoward. Nothing of this is weird. That's exactly how a detective would act. A detective would push his buttons in such a way to get a reaction out of him. He would do the things that he does in that interview. So, but yeah, I was getting a little bit of Vincent Van Hanna vibes from him in that scene as well.
Hey, buddy.
Did you ever have sex with her? No, because she got a great ass.
Yeah, and you got your head all the way up it. Ferocious, aren't I? I want to think a woman's ass.
That was good, man. That was really good.
Oh, we love Al Pacino, man. We love
you, Al. Good for you, buddy.
Man, we do. So now he's got to act fast, hasn't he? He's got to plant that weapon, and it does get a bit panicky as well, because you got the other police officers closing in, and he has to act fast and everything and plant the weapon. And once again, good little fast cuts just to keep the tension going. And once again, he makes the cinematography very disorienting as well, because his mind isn't right. He's not had sleep for days. He's not functioning very well, and he still has to sort of like keep his composure as well and make sure this doesn't fuck up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah, once again, Robin Williams just playing it all innocent and doing a very good job as well. Which anytime I see a psycho and he comes across very, almost like he's trying to play him sympathetic, it just makes the character more creepy.
I was wondering, even on the rewatch, even though I know what happens, I was wondering how he's going to get out of this. You're sitting there watching him, and you're like, it gets you panicky.
It does, yeah.
It's very well done. It's extremely.
Yeah. Especially when he's not thinking straight as well, and he's in a position where he has to think straight. But but thankfully, just they managed to be a nice little convenience where he can sort of like still hide in the house and make it look like he just arrived as well.
Yeah.
But you can tell this is the final straw. I've really gone over the line here. I mean, yeah, this guy's a prick, but God, he does not deserve to go to jail for this. Probably will for some other crimes later on, but not this. And that's all in his face. all in his face. That is I've crossed the line before, but now I've really crossed the line. I may have to stop crossing this line because crossing the line is just not cool. It's kind of lame.
This guy crossed the line and he didn't even blink.
There's some good lads in here as well, and fucking hell, it's a shame he doesn't get quoted as much as well. Yes, but obviously she knows something's not right here as well, does she? She's still kind of doing her little sort of independent investigation as well. She knows something is up, but now this is where he confronts him, and once again we cut back to where actually being an honest cop as well, and you got this dodgy cop as well confronting this criminal who's got him by the balls. Once again, he's still justifying himself. It's like, yeah, but O'Connell was a prick who beat girls, and he probably would have killed someone anyway. But it excuses what he's done. But yeah, she finds the shell.
Well, that's that kind of psychopathic, narcissistic behavior, isn't it? It's like,
yeah,
oh, not me. Nah, this guy was a bad guy. He was a bad dude. He was going to do something. We did fine. This is okay. This is great. And then we got Ellie. She's just following her training and doing her job.
Yeah.
And, it's, I like it.
And I think we might have missed. I think you might have missed this bit as well, because I think there's a few times where she could have almost filed this report as well, and he said, "No, go over it again, because it's your name on it. You don't want to, you want to make sure you get everything right." So the probably wasn't part of it. Yeah,
right, which is genius because it's true. It's a true thing to do, but his reasoning is his reasons. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but at the same time as well, he could have told her not to just file it at the same time. He could have gotten away with it, but no, I think there was a part of him that wants Hilary Swank's character to actually maybe find out and actually, carry on and hopefully have a progress in her career, maybe in a way. So no, he doesn't want to sully her as well, because we later found out, she has every chance as well to actually aid and abet his cover up, and he tells her no, which I really loved. It shows he's got a good moral compass. While in the original, he's a lot more dodgier. I mean, I'll probably get to that when I finally do watch it. But he's much more fucked up in the original Swedish version.
Those dirty Swedes, you can't trust them.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot more nihilistic as well from what I've seen of the clips of it. I've watched that Analyzing Evil, which talks about both versions, and it's really good as well.
That's a good show. That guy has a creepy voice. I think he's making a mistake by putting himself on camera too much, because when he was a disembodied voice, he was much creepier. But now that he's been showing his face on camera, Analyzing Evil, we're gonna at you in the description. I want you to stop showing yourself on camera because you look like a dork. But when it's just your voice, you're super duper creepy.
Yeah, no, he always makes these videos sound much more creepy. I think that's why those videos work so well as well, because they're talking about very evil people with very disturbing mindsets. So have that creepy music play while you're talking about how creepy someone is.
But yet he's still not talked about Jenny from Forrest Gump yet. So I'm
saying, oh yeah, come on, man, get on that.
Let's get a Jenny from Forrest Gump Analyzing Evil. Let's make.
Come on, she's the most evil character in fiction. She makes Judge Holden look like fucking. I don't know. Keanu Reeves,
You gonna bring a caboose to that train of thought there, Neb? What's going on, buddy? You okay?
Yeah, I couldn't think of anyone angelic, and it was really, really good. So Keanu Reeves kind of came to my head anyway. But whoa, where's he gone? Where's he gone, man? He'll be back. So yeah, probably technical problems inside. Man, you're still here, aren't you? Oh man, am I alone? Fucking hell, my Billy No mate's here. Okay, I've got you a lot in shot, all right. So none of you fuck off, all right?
Yeah, sorry, mate. I did actually have a little bit of a mic problem there.
Yeah, I was wondering what was happening. Yeah,
sorry about that, mate.
Yeah,
I've been fiddling about with my mic.
Yeah. But yeah, he really does. This is where he pretty much is like, I've had enough of playing your fucking games now. I've just put an innocent man away for you. And he's going to think, and he's actually considering doing the right thing. He's going to actually come forward with everything he's done now. Is try and redeem himself. But yeah, but once again, he's working the whole psychological manipulation. You're not thinking straight. You know, it's like you're not. You know, if you tell the truth, you will lose your life, and you know it's. So just go along with it. You know, you will just try and live with it.
Yeah, I think that obviously there comes a point where he's completely unconcerned about anything else. He needs to unburden himself. You know, it's a necessity. He has to do it.
I know. I mean, that's the thing. Is Finch is trying to unburden himself of what he's done as well, in order to sort of get away with it and do, you know, and to justify what he's doing. Like we've said earlier, well, Will is trying to actually try and do the right thing because he has been a good cop, but then he does that one thing that's got him investigated, and now he's just done another bad thing, and it's like, you know, when does it stop?
Yeah,
you know, like,
and this is the big difference between Dormer and Finch, is that, you know, Finch is unburdening himself is you know, purely selfish. It's almost an unburdening in order to exonerate himself, to make him feel like he has some kind of kindred spirit or connection with this guy, with Dormer. And it clearly isn't true. But it's a selfish form of unburdening. It's you know, it's not he doesn't really want to sort of clear his conscience. He's excusing himself more than unburdening himself. You know.
Yeah, because I think it's like the narcissistic behavior, that toxic mentioned before as well. And plus, he's mentioned before that sometimes the brain protects itself as well. So I wonder if there's, I wonder if that factors into it a little bit. But yeah, obviously because she found the shell that belonged to a 38, she's starting to realize that Dormer may have shot his partner and has tried to cover it up. She's starting to sort of see he's not the altruistic guy that she's led to believe. Yeah, you're all right, man. There you go.
Sorry, I forgot that in my off hours, I have my computer set to reset, and I was like, started shutting down. I was like, no, stop.
Oh.
I was like, no, I'm working. I'm actually working now. Don't turn off. Usually at this time, I'm not on my computer, but.
Yeah, well, we've just gone past the part where Dormer is saying that he's going to try and do the right thing now, but Finch has pretty much manipulated him into not doing so because, it's like, it's over now. I'll get everything worked out. I can move on. You get some sleep. Your mind's not right. You know, you're just going to cause more trouble for yourself. But and now Hilary Swank has found the 38 shell, and now she's starting. And now that she's looked over the reports that Dormer pulled a Wolff PPK out on a previous case. She's starting to realize that, he might have shot his partner and he's covered it up. Yeah, and everyone's like, well, the case is cracked now. We can all celebrate, have a few beers. And obviously he's not laughing because he's tired. He knows he's really done a bad thing here and it's playing on his conscience. And but yeah, she's not giving up so easily as well. She's been a dedicated cop who's gonna try and do this right, and everyone's like, take a day off, and she actually does go to Dormer as well for some more advice as well to see what she can get from him. And it's looking like he's giving up a little bit as well. He's he's kind of giving in. He's I'm gonna live with this fucking burden now, and because sometimes life is shit, and if I redeem myself, it's all going to be over anyway, so I've got no choice. He's given up. So let me allow myself to relieve me of your final asking beer. And that look on her face, that is a good look of someone who's like, you know what? You're not all you I thought you was. And she gives him a hug as well, saying, well, it's I'm going to be sad to see you, and I'm definitely not feeling your ass for a Wolff PPK. And, oh, my God, you got a Wolff PPK, but I definitely did not feel it. So go ahead. I'm not suspecting anything. And yeah, this is where we come to the scene where he pretty much confesses to tyranny as well, because he sees Dormer as the Dobbs guy as well, who pretty much almost got away with it. But he's basically Dobbs if he did get away with it. Yeah, Christ, the amount of extreme measures he goes to just to sort of block out any light so he can get some sleep. And this was such a great reveal when I first saw it as well. And she's like, well, neighbors complain about the noise. Yeah, well, it's so dark and it's so bright in here. And she says, no, it's dark. And she turns the light on and it's almost blinding him, and he tells her to turn it off. I mean, Jesus Christ, man. That was a really good, clever reveal. It really establishes just more and more just how much this guy's lost his mind through the lack of sleep. Now the bright light has basically killed his, basically heightened, pretty much wired his brain up, for lack of a better term. So yeah, he confesses to her about Dobbs as well, that he was watching this kid for a good few days, and then he kidnapped him and he tortured him and then hung him. And when they finally took him in, there was not enough evidence to put him away, even though he knew he was guilty. So yeah, he framed him. Even though he planted evidence in the room, and now he knows it. And yeah, she's just this minor character as well, but it's like she's like the only person he can open up to who isn't manipulating him and who will listen. And she does it real well as well, because she kind of reveals that she's not been, she's not really there because she liked the sight. She's there because she was trying to get away from something herself.
Yeah, she has that line, you're either born here or you're running away from something, and I wasn't born here.
Yeah, and it's a good line. It's not spelled out. You know, it's a very vague line that tells you exactly everything you need to know without spelling it out. And once again, Nolan, you know, tell your brother Jonathan to sort of calm down with that, trying to explain every single thing, and just let us sort of like come to our own conclusions. Let us get it wrong. Let us get it right. Whatever. That's the beauty of visual storytelling. But it's also a great scene. It's not just saying exposition or just confessing to her as well. It's saying that I can't let this other guy get away with it. I mean, even at the cost of my own career or my future or whatever. It's I've got to do the right thing here as well. I owe it that much to Kay. You know, this is a girl who needlessly died, and you know, if I let him get away with that, I'll pretty much be responsible for her murder myself. That's what, at least that's what I got from it anyway. Because he is aiding and abetting a criminal. Mm-hmm. So he gets his badge and he's ready to take down Finch once and for all. And you know, like I'm also gonna like the little cutbacks as well with him trying to sort of get something on Finch while she's going all the way up to Finch's little cabin right by the lake.
And the brilliance of that is the fact that she, being from there, would already know this. She would already know that he and that separates our two people in time, as opposed to it creates a reason why Dormer is late showing up to where she knows where he's going, because she's the local cop, not because she's any smarter, she figured it out any faster, but because she may have a hunch, certainly, but because she lives there, she knows, oh yeah, Finch is our local author that lives at such and such, but he also has a cabin out by whatever the hell, I don't know how to pronounce that that lake that the dude's at. And then Dormer has to detect it in order to find it, but in doing so, that puts him back farther in time. And so I guess it says right here 20 minutes ago. So he's got a 20-minute window of what has happened here, and that's how long it's going to take him to get there in order to resolve this. So I like that. Very, very well done.
Yeah.
Very good writing.
Yeah, because I mean, I know I've sort of like I don't have had my little little nitpicks on Christopher Nolan, but he still knows how to write make a good movie with good setups and payoffs and good structures as well. Even though sometimes he does end up kind of flashing back and forward, but sometimes it works. It's not.
I do think that he's guilty of using too many colors in the palette, too many too many of the toys that he's been given to play with, too many of the Lego bricks. Just because he has them all in front of him, it doesn't mean to say that he has to use them all. And that's both, I personally think, in his writing and his visual storytelling. But that's just me. And what the hell do I know?
Yeah, well, it depends as well. Sometimes it depends how sometimes he can get a little bit self-indulgent, but when he does sort of reel it back a little bit, he can be really good, I think.
Well, yeah, it brings me back to that question I asked at the outset of our stream. I mean, is it possible we'll ever see this stripped down bare basement version of Nolan again, or is he just going to get grander and grander and grander as he goes along, or will we ever get a tight Nolan thriller or whatever? It doesn't have to be a thriller, could be I mean, thriller would make more sense, but it could be whatever kind of movie. Are we ever going to get that again? Because there was a time when Prestige was grandiose, but now Prestige compared to Inception or Tenet or Oppenheimer, whatever, like it's all that's kind of small potatoes. It's high concept, but it's not. Are we going to get a film like this from Nolan again? I'd like to. I think he's.
Yeah, I think it will one day. I think one day I'll find something where I just want to do something a little bit small now, and just sort of like. I've already done the Odyssey. I'm kind of tired, but I want to do something a little bit smaller, a little bit more personable. So I hope he does. I really hope he does, because I think.
All right. Listen, I'm going to take one for the team. Nolan, you can adapt Slapdash. You can adapt Slapdash. I'm going to let you do it. I have my reservations about it, but you want to go to a more tight detective thriller. I'll acquiesce to that. We can do that.
Yeah, and it does add a bit of tension, this last scene as well, because now he's driving on the way, and now she's in the house with him, and anything can happen now, and because she's still kind of a little in over her head, isn't she, as well? She's
again, this brings me back to Clarice Starling, where Clarice she's there with Buffalo Bill, not knowing that it's Buffalo Bill, because she's and the audience is meant to think that or at the time is meant to think that the FBI's closed in on him, and in fact Clarice has accidentally stumbled upon him, and I get that vibe from this scene, is that she doesn't realize what she's stumbled in on with Finch,
because she kind of drops her guard as well. She sees something that could connect him, and he gets the drop on her and knocks her out. But even then, when Doma comes through, Finch is still trying to be his friend as well, saying, "Listen, she's upstairs. I've not killed her. She's all right. We can still try and we can still try and sort this out together, because he's got a cop now, so that's going to bring all sorts of attention on him. So he's going to need he's probably going to need the only leverage he can to make sure this he can get away with it. But I don't even think he could either with this, because he's knocked out a cop and they're going to have to kill him. That's going to cause all sorts of shit. I don't know about you, man, but I don't think he would ever get away from this, though.
No. This is really the point of no return, isn't it?
Yeah, because once again, you cross the line, you don't come back from that, and it's like he's tried to cover it up, but there's always something else. There's always a little chink in the armor, isn't there, where it could still like a loose thread that could unravel the whole thing. Yeah, but of course he confronts him. He's like, he's not going to do it. They get into a fight, everything, and obviously Al Pacino gets the shit kicked out of him because he's just mentally exhausted as well as physical. And Williams is still kind of in the right mind as well, so he can take him. So chase him out, and she confronts him about, did you shoot your partner? And he doesn't know anymore. He doesn't know whether he meant to kill it. He's obviously thought about it as well, because if I kill this guy, maybe he won't sell me out. But at the same time, he still feels this guilt. He doesn't know whether he meant to do it. He doesn't know anymore. I'm pretty sure at the time he knew whether he meant to do it, but now he doesn't. And yeah. But obviously, there's still the killer on the loose, so they have to work together still, don't they? They've got to put their differences aside to nail this guy. So yeah, she does the covering fire, and he goes out to try and take him down. Yeah, so he takes him. So they get into another scuffle, and Williams shoots him. But at the same time, a millisecond after, he blasts Williams, and Williams is dead. He's dead, man. Where's the clip?
Down below.
Yeah, it's a good clip. All right, so yeah. Yeah, so he just fucking blasts. Yeah, they get into a go. The fight isn't very inconsistently shot as well, because it feels a bit more realistic and grittier. Because
we got two guys with AARP cards. I mean, they're both fucking old guys.
Yeah,
I know. Out of shape.
Face, it's like.
So, I mean, it's not like it's Tony Montana fighting Popeye.
Yeah.
It's fucking.
Yeah, I can tolerate this a lot more than I can in Batman Begins, because it makes sense in here. It's like it's supposed to be a little bit mentally disorienting. So
yeah, I got him with the buckshot right in his chest.
Yeah.
Hoo-ah.
Hoo-ah. He said hello to my little friends. So move that a little bit forward as well, and she's willing to actually. She actually believes that he didn't mean to do it, and she's willing to sort of cover him up and not destroy his life. But he's like, no, do not compromise your moral compass. Do not compromise your conscience. All right, I want you to still be an honest cop. You do this, you become me. I don't want you to do it. Once again. Not spelling it out. Yeah, I'm spelling it out, but fucking hell, that's what I got from this movie.
Yeah.
Oh.
I might have lied about being I might have lied about being a good cop, but you lied about being a boy, and that's why this happened to you. I don't want you to go down that road that Elliot Page did. There's no coming back from that.
But it never really it never really shows what she does next as well. It just ends. It kind of leaves you on a little bit of an ambiguous note that
I like that.
Will she compromise a moral, or will she do the right thing? Even though it probably means a lot of it means his name kind of being dragged through the mud, especially after his death.
Like I said, though, listen, guys, that doesn't mean anything. That literally doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. So the Dark Knight is fucking bullshit. Then I mean, Harvey Dent, let Harvey Dent kill all those criminals anyway. Let him kill, the gangsters who betrayed him. It doesn't matter in a way. The worst thing that's going to happen is he'll probably go into jail himself, and that's it. But it's once again, this is such a good film, so fucking underrated, and it's so restrained as well compared to his other works, and sometimes that's what you need. Sometimes I like a smaller film other than a big epic, grandiose movie that's sometimes gets too ambitious for its own good. It is a bit more personable, and that's and it does feel more character driven compared to most of his other non-Batman movies. But But yeah, I don't think there's any much we can say about it now. I think we've said all we've had to say about this movie. Yeah, so yeah, final thoughts. It's very psychologically disturbing, but very complex and fascinating to watch. It's well acted and well shot, and a really good psychological thriller about with two opposing, ideals. But yeah, very underrated movie. So Inside Man, what's your final thoughts on that?
I mean, it's definitely among the most underwatched movies of the 2000s. There's no question. I can't understand why. I mean, first time I saw it, absolutely loved it. Was talking to people about it. Have you seen this movie? Have you seen this movie? Never heard of it. Are you going to watch it? No, never will. And it baffles me. It baffles me. I don't know why this is so underwatched. I don't know whether it was anything to do with studio promotion or I'm sure it did well critically. I'm pretty sure it did. I can't see how it would not. But from the first scene in this movie, I mean, I was hooked. It's it has that hook at the beginning. And I love the moral ambiguity at the end. Whether it's something that would be factually correct in a similar situation, I think we have to remember this is a movie. But I like the fact that we have a question to ask ourselves at the end. Did she go along with it, or did she really decide that she was going to spill the beans on everything? I like that. I like it. Because it becomes a discussion point then. If there's a question at the end, it becomes a discussion point. It's something for every individual viewer to discuss with each other, which is probably why we're talking about it now. Do I think she did it? I think she did. I think she covered it up personally. But maybe that tells you something a little bit more about me than it would about the character. But I loved it. I really enjoyed it. I think it was such a gripping film to watch from start to finish. Couldn't take my eyes off the screen. Great performances all round. Great sound design. Great audio. Great music. Everything. It's a beautiful film. It's a beautiful film. How could you not love this film?
Yeah. Every time I watch this movie, it kind of makes me think of Al Pacino's line in Heat where he goes, "I'm going to sleep for a month." I kind of want to do another stream on Heat again, but I don't know. We'll probably end up repeating ourselves, but it's one of those films where you just want to fucking, you just can't but want to talk about for days and days.
When Heat 2 comes out, we can do a deep dive in it again.
Please be good. Please be good. Because it's, I feel I might have left
the book
it
is
too
good.
late.
The book's good. If they stick to the book, they're going to be fine. The book is great. So whatever that's worth to you, the book is good.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I want to do a Dark Side. I need to watch it again though. I'm going to try and see if I can find it on DVD so I can sit down and watch it and just get immersed in it because it is a really underrated movie. Yeah, back when Jennifer Connelly had fucking big cans as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I kind of noticed that. I mean, she got a little skinny when she got older. She's still good looking though, but
yeah, that Ozempic will eat away at them titties, man.
Yeah. Made after the 80s, 3 out of 10, Inside Man, allegedly. Yeah. We love our audience. And yeah, Drew Gordon, it is a remake, and I need to check it out. But from what I've seen of the remake, the cop is the scumbag, while the killer he's still kind of a scumbag, but it actually is a bit more of a justifier. The whole accident angle is more justifiable because in the original, apparently he pushed a girl and she accidentally, fell into a nail sticking out the wall.
Yeah, I mean, come on, we've all done that. We've all done that. Yeah.
Oh yeah. We've all had to sort of ring someone up to try and see if they can bring a rug and some maybe acid or a shovel, whatever. I mean, nothing personally. And I know a few people, not naming names, but Save the Tata is my favorite charity. Yes, we all need to do more to raise titty eating away awareness. So, yeah. Oh god, man, it is fucking a lot of people up. I mean, I'm getting a lot of fucking feed on my Facebook. Getting a lot of shit on my Facebook feed where they're all showing up with these Ozempic faces and everything, looking like these husks, saying, "Doesn't this person look great today? I mean, she still looks great as ever." It's like, what the fuck are you trying to say? Are you having a laugh?
Hey, baby, it's all body positivity till they get their fat little greedy hands on that Ozempic shot.
Yeah, I know it's like it used to be like, oh, be fat, be true to yourself and be obese and die of a heart attack. Now it's like, take Ozempic and look like a fucking skeleton on the meth.
Right.
Yeah. What's another one? Off topic, I got an old film in CX on Blu-ray for £5. Hadn't seen since the early 90s, back when it was a party film, and I saw it loads. Walter Hill's Trespass. It holds up.
Yeah, good film. I was going to mention this actually.
Great,
I was actually
film.
going to mention this as a watch at some point.
Yeah, man.
Terrific film. Great soundtrack by Ry Cooder.
Really horrible acting from Ice-T in that one. Like he tries so hard to.
What you trying to say about my acting, brother?
Yeah, he's so bad in that movie that but then everybody else is great in it. So it's like it's whatever. Plus, it's not far from where I am. It's St. Louis, East St. Louis, so it's like an hour away from me.
Yeah, Walter Hill has made a lot of very underrated movies. I mean, what's the one with Mickey Rourke? Handsome John, is it? Johnny Handsome, that's it. Yeah, a fucking good movie. You got Ellen Barkin back when she was hot. You got
forget about it. Fucking 48 Hours, buddy. That's the.
Oh yeah, we need to do that as well. I love that movie. I really love that movie.
I mean, this is. You have to remember, this is a director that this is a writer-director that really kind of earned his stripes. I mean, he was. I believe he was the first AD on Bullet with Steve McQueen. He worked on, I think he wrote The Getaway, also with Steve McQueen and Ali McGraw. A terrific writer, but he, again, somebody who really worked hard in the business and progressed through the industry, and became a very prominent figure and has created some classic movies for us.
Last Man Standing is kind of underrated as well. The Bruce Willis 1996, like that one, really good Walter Hill film. Walter Hill, if there's some good gunfire in it, Walter Hill's probably responsible for it.
Yeah, I love Southern Comfort. I think Southern Comfort is one of my all-time favorite.
Red Heat is mentioned. Fucking great film. Great fucking film. Do you know Miranda?
Yeah, you got Gina Gershon on there back when she was young.
And, peak Gina Gershon. I mean, just so hot in that. And fucking Jim Belushi, man, killing it in that movie.
To be honest, I think Jim Belushi is better when he's doing the grittier stuff. I mean, in Thief and Gang Related as well. That's another underrated movie.
Yeah, he's great. Gang Related's a great movie. Gang Related's a great movie.
Jim Belushi is much better when he's playing straighter roles. I know.
My favorite part from Gang Related is they slide the pistol across to the guy, and the guy's like, "Not my gun," and then they pick it up with a pencil. They're like, "It's got your fingerprints on it."
Yeah, I know. Yeah, great film about. Tupac's last film as well before which I think it came out after he was killed as well. And
it did.
Jesus Christ, you can really see his death is hovering over that movie. It's what's the name of the actress on it, man? Fucking hell, she was stunning in that. The stripper.
In Gang Related.
Yeah, the stripper. God, man.
She's from she's black. She was in a lot of. She was in Waiting to Exhale, and she was in a lot of shit in the night. She plays. You know who she plays? She's fucking Cleveland's wife on the Cleveland show Family Guy. That's who she is.
Oh really?
Yeah. Oh shit.
Wow.
I'll figure out her name here in a sec. But she was hot as fuck in that.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, man. I mean, as soon as she came on screen, I had to pause and go to the bathroom to,
whoa.
I was a horny teenager when I first saw it. It's
clearly
you can't help yourself. I mean, when you're a teenager, your hormones are out there. You're looking for any excuse to try and beat one.
Layla Roshan is her name. Layla Roshan. doesn't look super great now. She kind of
Oh man,
he needs
You
to
know,
go
she's
down.
No wonder she's sticking to animation.
Yeah, she's in animation for a reason, guys.
Yeah.
oh the hell! I'm trying to think what Western he did now was what was it? The Wild Bill movie with
Yes, it was a Wild Bill movie.
yeah, fucking hell,
Yeah.
We've done loads on that character though, haven't we, Bill Hickok? Yeah. Miami Connection. Yeah, next week we're gonna do all that next week.
What is real quick? What is that? What is Miami Connection? What is that?
Probably one of my favorite bad movies ever made. It's if I describe the plot, you're going to be wondering what the fuck are you talking about. It's really about this band who are also these Taekwondo students called Dragon Force, and they take on these ninjas who are also bikers smuggling cocaine in Miami. And there's no fucking plot. I mean, anytime there is a plot, it gets thrown out the window for fight scenes that seem to be done. They seem to know how to competently do Taekwondo, but they have no idea how to choreograph it on film. It's there's a few times where some actors miss the marks and have to switch places to get the marks right, and it's not edited out. It's on YouTube for free. I recommend you watch it. It's got Maurice Jones having this big overlong monologue about how he's worried about connected to his father, who's black and Korean, and it's one of the funniest bad acting scenes I've ever seen.
Hey, pull up real quick. I want to know if you'd still go wank off to her now, what she looks like. Pull up Layla Rashawn from down below.
All right, Layla Shawn from Gang Related. Okay. How do you pronounce it? How do you spell the last
It's
name?
down. I put the picture down below in the thing.
All right. It's all right then. Okay, man. Oh, Jesus Christ, man.
Oh no!
Oh my god!
She looks like melted ice cream. What the fuck?
Oof.
I know we get old a little bit, but fucking hell, you get women who are in the 60s who look after themselves.
She looks like whatever spell she casted wore off like 5 years ago, or she looks like whatever deal she made with what. Like she's like, it was like, well, you're going back to the way you were, Layla.
Wow. I mean, time has been very, very cruel to her.
Woof.
Right.
Yeah, I hate Tam. It really does kill the boner.
Ain't on her side.
Oh, you've already got the screenshots. Oh, thanks, man. All right, so yeah, I'll check them out anyway. And we'll do that next week. But God, man,
well,
Miami
Layla
Connection
Rashawn will always have gang related and boomerang, but
yeah,
unfortunately, you are one cheeseburger away from a fucking diabetic foot removal. Yikes! That she's got a fupa and a boopa and a saipa, and she's got all of that stuff. Holy crapola! What have you been doing? How is that the same person? I would assume a lot of Popeyes has been ingested into that. Yeah, I don't know. No bueno. Woo, Layla.
Ooh, mama.
I hate Tam. I really do. But like you said, we will always have gang related. We will always have the strip scene where she's dancing to "How Do You Want It." So yeah, I think we're going to call that a night now. But good stream, man. It was good to be doing this again. It's good to have people in the chat again. And RT always coming through with the super chats. I hope you can live another 50 years as well, because right now you seem to be funding my super chats as well as Toxic. So and Mr.
I got the shout out. I was a little worried for a minute there. I was like,
yeah,
you better talk about all that money I be sending you, ho. Shit.
Yeah, and I hope you do get that. Start doing that autonomy of the scene streams you're doing.
Yeah,
as well.
I'm gonna get on. I'm gonna probably do one tonight. I think when I get off work for sure. But yeah, thank you for that. I gotta upload that actually.
Yeah, and I always wonder if I could do a better intro, but if I manage to do a better one day, I'll send you it, because
I never have any complaints, my friend. And now that I know that I can ship stuff overseas, you'll be getting the gold brick manuscript will be on its way to you soonish.
Nice one. So yep, thank you everyone on the panel, Inside Man, Lord Toxic. So yeah, before we go, We'll be doing the Buffy stream on Sunday, and obviously Nielsen Ratings Tuesday. And I don't know if Losers Lounge is going to be doing anything this week. He's kind of been a bit quiet lately and busy, but Thursday, obviously, on tap. Next Friday, Miami Connection. I'll try and see if we can get a review out sometime this week. I don't know if I've seen anything. I'll probably do a catch-up live stream as well on some of the things I watched, because that way I will have to spend hours just doing one review and missing the others out. So I'll try and figure out a good schedule for that later during the week. So, Lord Toxic, anything you want to promote?
Not really. When I get closer with the book done, I mean, I've been dicking around with Xbox a little bit lately. I've been, I figured out a way. I've been putting my thumb drive in my Xbox, and I'm able to record myself playing it. It's a 360, so it's been a little hit or miss, and then I can upload it to a live stream. So that's been pretty cool. Been having fun with some old games. Always up for, if it's on Xbox, I'm willing, and it's not past the 2010s. I can probably do it. I might get a new game system here soon, but it's like I said, it's very hit or miss, and we'll keep doing the Buffy and the on tap. I will be doing my next Anatomy of the Scene, or first. Well, I've already done a couple, but it's in my movie and TV reviews, so I'll probably switch it over when I make the new playlist. But the next Anatomy of the Scene, the first of the new playlist, will be on Groundhog Day, because I'm going to talk about that scene in Groundhog Day when Bill Murray realizes that he can't save the old man, because we shit all over that when we did Groundhog Day on Losers Lounge a couple years ago. We completely horrifically ruined that very heartfelt scene. And as you know, Groundhog Day is one of my favorite films, and I'm gonna be talking about that a little bit. So that'll be either Tuesday, I think. Tuesday for that.
Yeah,
look at that handsome guy. Look at him. I could
because the fucking chat's blocking you as well, and I felt a bit bad, so I tried to see if we can get you in there and still get the chat up. So
I'm not worried about it. But yeah, sorry about the loss. I did not realize my computer was set to restart at like 3-something in the afternoon, which makes sense because that's the least I'm. Boy, that's just horrific. That's nightmare right there.
Okay, remove from stage now, and what's going on here? Can't seem to. Here we go. Got it down. There we go. Sorry about that. Still working this thing out a little bit now, but it's not been too bad. It's not. Thankfully, it's not been too much of a hassle. So yeah, cheers for that, Toxic. Inside Man, anything you want to promote?
Before I do, actually, I just want to clarify that, sticking your thumb drive into your Xbox, that's not a euphemism, or is that some kind of code for something?
No.
All right. Okay. Just
an actual thumb drive that holds actual data, and I can record myself actually playing
just
video
games.
Clear that up. Video games. So.
Video games? What you mean, like Pong?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
mean, that's I still play Pong. Yeah.
I have no doubt. I have no doubt that that's true.
Yeah.
I have no doubt.
Good old 70s game. Yeah. God bless it. I mean, the only thing that I think I could really promote would probably be Slapdash. Really, I'm looking forward.
I've heard of that. I've heard of that.
Yes,
Kansas
I
City.
heard it was written by this
novel.
really. Apparently, some really unsavory guy wrote it, but I've heard that it's
light unsavory. Yes,
I heard that it's pretty good.
Yeah.
So
lots of sex, lots of violence, lots of intrigue, lots of use of the N word, the R word.
Then it's definitely right up my street. So I can't wait to tuck into that. I really can't wait. And I will definitely put a review on Amazon for that. But other than that, I think Losers Lounge is on Tuesday, and it's The Postman, I believe. I think it's next Monday or Tuesday.
The Kevin Costner film?
Kevin Costner, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's going to be a long one, that, isn't it?
It's about 3 hours. I was actually quite surprised. I'd never seen it. I'd never seen the movie.
It's not very good. It's not a good movie.
I kind of liked it. I liked it. Yeah, I did. Yeah. I was quite surprised.
It's an odd one for sure.
It is, but previously we did the Neil Breen's Twisted Pair, so
Yeah.
that really
Yeah,
was.
I'm really sad to have missed that as well. Like, I can't believe I missed Neil Breen. I can't believe.
Yeah, right, there's more to look forward to because he's got a new film coming out this year.
Oh man, I've got to get on that. I'm gonna have to get
Yeah.
on his back catalogue. All I've seen is
Yeah.
clips, and it just looks like pure disaster pieces. Anyway,
Oh, they are.
Glorious
Yeah,
disaster
yeah,
pieces.
they are. Did you manage to? I sent you over the link to my Twisted Pair. Did you manage to
Oh
download
shit!
that?
No, I don't think I have gotten around to that
Yeah,
yet. But
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
get on
Just
that anyway. I'll get on that.
I've got some others.
Final,
for you,
final
so.
thoughts on comedians that would make great serial killers. Let's get Matt Berry in something where he gets to be a serial killer. I could do some Matt Berry serial killer stuff.
I'm going to harvest your organs.
She's on the bullshit. No, you fucking didn't.
Excuse me, sir. I'm going to stab you.
Clem Fandango, I heard you. Just
Oh, fucking Toast of England, man. That was such a great program. I love it. Free series as well, and it doesn't have some big syrupy, big grand ending. It just kind of ends very nihilistically, where he's bent down the bloody theatres and just disgraced himself amongst the acting world. I love it.
Did you see the Toast of LA that he did?
I ain't seen that one, no.
Yeah, it's on the BBC iPlayer because the BBC bought it and they did their own series of it. So Toast of LA, that's on the iPlayer.
I'll try and see if I can hunt it down on YouTube before they start telling me I have to have a license to watch YouTube. Because they're trying to do that in England now, aren't they?
Yeah.
Which is disgusting. Totally disgusting.
Bro.
Yeah,
We got a lot of room here in Kansas. Come on out. Come on out over here.
Yeah.
Come on. Just bring it over here to Kansas. There's
I
nothing
am
you're
looking.
doing.
I am trying to find word on the next fucking boat to Kansas. I am.
Get your ass over here. I got a whole hotel here.
Yeah, just make sure you got your passport and visa with you, because otherwise you're going to get iced.
Nah, I wouldn't let that happen to you. I wouldn't let that happen to you. Hey, I'm gonna bounce. I do have to. I gotta hit the gym before work, so it's Friday night. See you guys later. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, have a good evening, mate.
Peace and chicken grease, guys.
Hey, take care, man.
You
And
take care,
we're
mate.
going to end there as well. So yeah, thank you, my great panel. Thank you, everyone who's on the chat. Anna Nielsen, we'll have to get you on one day. Wemmy Spoons, we'll try and get you on there as well. Drew Gordon, thank you for joining us. Rachel Rebel, Nick's always coming through for me. You are fucking star, man. RTNZ, thank you very much. And Mr. E. Who else? Who am I missing? Because I don't want to shut up Matt as well. Yeah, thank you for coming on. Tony,
I noticed Critic Al didn't come on and make a comment. I think he doesn't like us anymore. That's it. He's apparently his shit doesn't stink anymore. No, he's been on open bar. Yeah,
he was on open bar. You sold out.
You sold out, mate. You sold out. The message going out to Critic Al. You sell out.
I hope you're all right, man. I hope you're all right. I mean, I hope. I know you got a little bit of shit in the fucking comments, but don't let that put you off, man. Really don't. I mean, the thing is, though, they're never fucking happy if you don't say. They slag you off. If you say too much, they'll slag you off. If your mic's whatever, it doesn't matter. They'll look for something. So yeah, Miss Sparkles as well. Thanks for joining in the chat.
Yeah, yes sir.
And I'm just scrolling up now because I don't want to miss anyone. Joshua Floors, thank you very much. Cosmicky Holder, Berowitz. I think I might have had you on the chat before. I can't remember now. If it has, then it's probably been a rare few times you have done it. Horror Renads. And I think that's it now. Yeah, thank you very much. So yeah, whoever you beautiful bastards are, Northern English or not, thanks for watching. But right now, that's us done, and we're off to the pub. And enjoy your weekend, you beautiful bastards, and take care.